What's the score so far?
He gives you that look week in and week out and gives the defense something great to
And even on plays that don't count, like that two-point conversion try last week with the holding penalty where he somehow reached that ball over and showed body control there. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I've now had a chance to watch a lot of Bryce Perkins football because he's played so much in the preseason. I thought his game last week was his best as a pro.
That's crazy.
That's still the first.
Oh, still the first.
The scoring drive, the second scoring drive, just delivering balls so confident.
I was about to say, that's the second down. That's very
nice.
Let's see what he can do here on 3rd and 3. He's going to pull it from Jake Funk's belly and get around right end, and that is a first down for Perkins. He needed 3. He got 4, chased out of bounds by another former Ram, Clay Johnston, who was here a couple of years ago in training camp.
This is it. I mean, this is exactly what you do with this guy. What makes the difference is most of the time in offensive football, you're playing 10 on 11. Your quarterback's sitting in the pocket or he's handing it off, and you're playing with 10 guys against 11 on defense. But when the quarterback can run, it becomes an 11 on 11 game, and the math and the numbers make it really tough on the defense to cover everybody and make sure they have a guy for every guy that might have the ball.
It was Jeff Gunner, the rookie defensive lineman, 93 in the backfield, eluded him and then made it to the corner and got to the 41-yard line, and now another first down carry for Jake Funk. I'm guessing get used to hearing first down carry by Jake Funk or later Trey Regis.
The Rams haven't had a lot of luck running the ball this preseason, and averaging less than 3 yards per carry headed into this game. Granted, obviously, it has been all backups. Jake Funk carrying, well, not having the bulk of the carries, but we've seen a variety of running backs. Some of them are no longer this roster to carry the ball, but you're not concerned because their backups are behind Cam Akers, behind Gerald Henderson, and also Kyron Williams is more that third down back. Jake Funk is next in line. However, you could say, Andrew, it speaks as much to the blocking as it does to his own rushing.
5 carries for Jake Funk tonight, 12 yards. You mentioned Kyron Williams. We did expect to see the rookie for his first action tonight.
Look at, pull it up. It's called Fixing.
Alright, hello, Bob. We're back. Is one of the best ones I played Destiny? I mean, not Destiny. Genshin?
Yeah, to your point. I mean, preseason football, they've not really faced teams that were known for being very good defensively against the run, and still haven't been able to run it. I mean, the Chargers,
because I've been hearing a lot.
They're dead last, and you haven't seen much out of them in the running game. So you definitely want to see more
it's
efficiency.
800 West Olympic Boulevard. Way in Los Angeles.
They're going to get Alan George for defensive holding. Rams will decline and take the gain, and they are in Cincinnati territory.
Not only
down by the
travelers speaking.
well, it used to be the Stadium Center, now it's
that area.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to check this out.
That's how you get Pygmy right wide open.
So the Rams now with 2 first downs in this game, both on this drive. We are under 20 seconds to go in the first quarter, and the play clock is at 1.
Everything like that.
The Rams will take a timeout.
Waffles and chicken.
Did John just say timeout, St. Louis?
Ooh, pretty foul.
Wow.
I could have misheard that. Regardless, we'll pretend it didn't happen. Control of the lead.
Also, Grinjow is nearly done. Okay, cool. I'm excited to see Grinjow.
I'm not certain. The Rams have a drive going here. Got the first down on the
It's
first.
interesting.
That was the first down of the game.
I swear.
4-yard completion to the tight end.
If I play this and somehow I get like the trash version, I'm gonna be so pissed.
3 tight ends right now. Roger Carter, number 49, is the 3rd tight end / H-back, and then Pinckney would be behind him as the 4th guy. Jake Funk now, wide to the left, 3 to the left, and out of the gun from the 33 for the
Fried chicken,
first down.
smothered chicken, fried catfish, shrimp and grits, oxtails.
Keeping the eyes downfield, and then throwing it away at the feet of McCutcheon, but out of bounds.
Mother pork
You want to
chop.
see these guys compete a little bit. I think you're seeing some of this empty right now because exactly what Coach McVay told us in the first quarter. You're seeing a lot of pressures.
Okay.
A lot of pressures from Cincinnati early in the game. So you're going to see the Rams say, hey, we want to give these guys a chance to compete. You know, you don't really have some of those packages in the preseason where you got all these checks and cans away from pressure. So he's going to get empty, get done, give these guys a chance to play and kind of eliminate some of those pressures they're going to worry about in the running game.
Starting O-line are Curry and Chandler Brewer, Colin Snyder, and Bobby Evans left for right. Here's a screen ball on the ground. Akers gave it up at the 30-yard line. Let's see which way they're pointing now. Trying to peel people off the pile. It is Cincinnati football. On the final
Gave it away again.
first quarter, Landon Akers coughs it up, and the Bengals recover. Rams were driving.
Gave it away again, boy.
They give it away.
So, we got a couple things to talk about.
On the recovery.
I'll wait for some more people to come in.
We're gonna say the elbows down.
Also, do you guys want me to do my...
First quarter's over.
Okay. Are y'all okay with my deep voice? Or
So the
do you need me to do a higher
pitch
pitch voice so y'all can hear me a little bit better? Which one do you guys prefer?
Here at City of Refuge, we house up to 26
Deep voice?
families.
Okay.
We reduce homelessness, address mental health, provide spaces for addiction to be broken, create spaces of healing and restoration. For the first time ever, Prop 27 will provide permanent funding for organizations like ours.
Oh, no, that's
Saying
a
yes to Prop
turn up.
27 means more people get the assistance that they need because someone
Hey,
turned in
600
such a way
Yeah.
that transformation come to them.
I'm still debating on what game I want to stream for 600. I think I might just do like the game. I think for the Q&As, I might just do the first game that I did like my Q&A with,
I don't know.
which was Dicadia Final Fantasy NT, which even though the game is dead, like that game is a part of my channel's history. Hello,
They got fried devil
big
eggs.
fan. Big fan. Dark.
Fried green tomatoes.
We have to talk about one certain thing. Or play Minecraft. Yeah, Minecraft is a chill game. Yeah, I think I could do Minecraft because it's not stressing or anything. Should be fun. What's up, Solo? How you doing? A good, what is it? Evening? Yeah. Good evening. What happened to your stream earlier? Bro, it was just too loud in my house. So I literally took a nap and waited until the sound died down a little bit, and now here we are.
The official said it's the end of the first quarter. He said it is still Rams football win.
It is. You see this play right here. It's not a problem.
Doing good, how about you? You know, I would say I'm doing pretty okay.
Don't hop in place. Those are quick screens where the linemen are getting kicked out. And you got to get that gap to get that experience.
I'd say I'm doing pretty good. It's just,
So officially it's a gain of 3 to end the
well,
quarter.
it seems like the sound is back.
3 and 7 here for the Rams. They need to get to the Bengals 23-yard line. Jake Funk in the backfield, 3 for the way, including Akers, McCutcheons in the slot. Under pressure.
Oh yeah,
Rams
icons.
There's McCutcheon.
Okay, well, what is the red thing?
Inside the 20-yard line, inside the red zone. Anderson on the tackle.
Been waiting to see a target for McCutcheon. For McCutcheon, they had him in Jacob Harris, his ostensible competitor, lined up on the same
Man, this
side.
next week about to be packed, that's true. Just want him to stop by since it's been a while. Of course. It's always great to see some return people. But Solo, I hope you're having a good rest of your day or night. I don't know. Like, I don't know what time zones y'all are at. But, okay, Dark Shinobi. More importantly, where is freaking Gundam Evolution, bro? Where is this game? Night indeed. Okay, get your rest. I don't want to hold you up longer. Did you take it easy, all right?
I think when you talk about these +1, -1 roster spots, right, the backside of your roster, it's really about can the guy help us on teams? Can we see some position that he can get on the field other than just receiver? Because the reality is, without injuries, you're going to see
which one of these
runs like Van Jefferson when he's healthy, and Ben Speroni. You're going to see those guys playing and taking the snaps. So what you're really there to do, can you give us something on
Think I just hit 11K? That's great.
Really, all these roster spots offensively, defensively.
Yo, I'm happy for you. Keep growing. Your YouTube channel. Keep growing your YouTube channel. Okay, I'm proud. So you take it easy. I don't know. They lied again. It's just crazy, bro. Like you can't lie about that kind of stuff. That's the main reason I wanted to watch it.
The Rams. That's the third time. That's the third time. That's why they scrubbed.
Yesterday's stream, I had a lot to say, but I couldn't since you ended. Wait. What you need to talk about? Mom.
He gonna be cut. He don't need to be on the team.
Wasn't so amazing after all.
It's okay, Mom. It's okay.
This is the third time they've done it. That's why they scrubbed.
Hey, he's gonna get cut, and we're gonna get someone who can do stuff that's been happening in anime stuff too. All right. Well, we're gonna talk about a little bit of that and some other stuff. Hi, hello. Let's see. What should I call you? I'm gonna call you YT. What's up, YT? How you doing? How you been? You know? How's your evening? Or night? I don't know.
This Honda gets work done by a certified Honda service center. Your Honda should too. Right now, you can get fast, affordable service from our Honda trained technicians with free multi-point inspections.
Not just anybody.
To make sure your Honda performs at its best and maintains its resilience.
I don't know. For example, I'm switching schools for the first time in a while, and it's a private school. Oh, okay. There's a random answer. Are you an anime fan? Yes, actually, we talk about anime here like pretty much every day. Yeah. Wait, why does that shader only? Wait, it doesn't change the full color of the mark? That's weird. Also, can I play? Well, you can't play because I'm just gonna be focusing on Nightfalls. But you can send me a friend request, and you know we can play whenever.
Jake Funk's making value to this team is special teams carry the ball only 4 times.
Watched that ball yet? Yeah, I've seen Seven Deadly Sins. My favorite character is Escanor. My favorite character is Escanor, but look, after Escanor died, the entire story just started to go in a weird direction. I don't know why that was. Like, Escanor was the main reason I watched that anime. Even when the animation downgraded, Escanor was still the best thing. Where do I watch my anime? Hold on. Let me shift through my
special teams.
Because honestly, I watch him on several different sites.
Make the roster, but Como, I think, is someone who they really need to
I think that's on my porn phone. I mean, you know, my culture phone, of course. I mean, for the most part, I do watch a good amount on Crunchyroll because I actually stole an account. I mean, borrowed an account from someone that I don't really care about anymore, and I could just go in there for free. So, and they seem to not care. I can do that. Really want to talk about anime. I know all of them. I've seen all of them. Well, let's start with this. What's your top 3 favorite animes?
Looking to make a big play. He kind of squeezed that route. We saw him shake. You thought he'd think he was going to some kind of hitch. Breaking route. He chunks it. And you know what? That's one of those learning lessons. You learn that, hey, you know what? Sometimes I can't guess when I'm covering these guys that get past me.
Ranch coaches, though, you know this.
Yes, you know. I have a phone that I use for all the culture. Now, is it my phone? I'm not gonna answer that, but that's what that phone is for. There's no unstoppable.
Siciliano, we joked earlier about a lot of running the football here. The goal for both of these teams stay healthy. Be sure to make some evaluations. Cut-down day is coming on Tuesday, but the eyes here, as you see Stafford look at Microsoft Surface, the eyes
smoke truck and my mama did that.
They really are. There's, you know, that's what this week was all about.
Reincarnation as a slime. That one's a good one. Which, surprising that not a lot of people, like, know about reincarnation. Also, just want to say, literally, if y'all want to watch interspecies reviewers, if anybody wants to see interspecies reviewers, look it up on porn. That's literally how I had to watch it.
Very close friends, work together, you know, all of us together with the Rams.
I've seen Reincarnation as a Sign. Devon Deadly Sin. Sounds like something I saw.
Well, guys, that's why, and both coaches made this point during the week and leading up to the joint practices this week. They felt comfortable. They felt that this was a great match for 2 days of joint practice. They know how they practice. Let's tackle Russ East there on Irwin. Zach Taylor himself said it, but hey, we took everything from them. We practiced how they practiced. It just got out of hand a little bit on Thursday, but Wednesday was good, and it's really the last real work one-on-ones as you get ready for that.
It really is. I mean, it's a great opportunity. When anytime you're going against your own guys,
Interspecies reviewers is interesting, of course.
You can kind of start to guess and have a feel for what, you know, offensively and defensively you're going to see in practice.
First off, the reason why I like it so much is that who in the world thought of that premise?
Have a feel for the game. I think that's what they got out of this week.
Justin Rick,
that's a slime series. Yes. It's actually still really good. Like, I don't know how many times I need to say it, but Reincarnation as a Slime is one of the better anime. I mean, it's not over the top, but it's definitely a good watch.
Who's going to start opposite Leonard Floyd? It's going to be Terrell Lewis or Justin Collins. Both of them are still under contracts. But behind them, we are talking about first-year players, rookies, undrafted guys.
Here, Whitney played really close.
Don't you shoot stuff at me.
3rd and 8.
And I wasn't looking down. It was like I was up, but I don't know
Burgess,
what.
one of the veterans shy of the first down.
My hand's not up to do what it is. I don't know.
A nice game after a nice game last week, and that's really important because really the safety position didn't play a lot down the stretch, but I think he is one of those younger defensive backs they're going to count on as some of those veterans move on. He's a 3rd-round draft pick, and I think his performance in the preseason matters a lot. Just sound tackling there. Kind of thing that's going to make him have a good secure play.
So you're not going to rest him?
Bengals going for it on 4th and 1. Evans motions now.
Why did you rush in there?
Who looks to the right now, throws over the middle. That is caught at the 30-yard line. That is Irwin, and he points for a Cincinnati.
All you need to do, just wait for me. Don't be a hero.
I played similar to this about 6 months ago. I'm just glad this one got converted and the other one didn't.
But then we also
again by Brent Allen
can
still in
order
his
it.
pocket.
They have it delivered
Put it on the
out.
right side of his defender. New Burgess was on his right hand side. He puts it to the
facts.
left, give the receiver a chance to make the catch.
And they can use the card.
There's a spin-off? Yes.
Get it to the 30-yard line, and they
full
keep
card.
this drive alive.
Yeah, it's a good story. The spin-off one.
Some stuff you can get like a couple pieces in there. Other than that, you got to get a whole piece.
Going in motion again. And a play fake.
Only thing that I would probably get.
Now, speaking of anime, I did want to talk about anime games just a little bit. So we'll intertwine talking about anime and, you know, talking about anime games.
There it is. It's that able to bring the linebackers up, and he's looking for that ball right over their heads as they suck up for the run. They see that puller out of the backfield, the guard pulls, which gives that backside linebacker is going to overlap for the run.
So right now, we still haven't gotten a new Naruto game, which is still weird to me. I mean, because I'm so used to Naruto getting pampered, and they're literally just not giving out any other game besides Shinobi Strikers.
It's that you're going to see a lot of the same play. It all looks the same.
Which again,
but then it's
why?
something different. All the
Like
plays
that's
that
so
look similar,
weird.
You want the same reactions. He wants now. He did it again, and eventually in this game, you're going to see him run this play and not hand it off and throw it.
What are some of the differences between Zach Taylor's offense and Sean McVay's offense?
You know, I think really if you look at it in the run game, I think sometimes you'll see that Cincinnati attacks it a little differently than we do. I think that the Rams have kind of stuck with mid-zone type runs, and with Joe Mixon, you'll see the ball get out on the outside a little more than we have in the past.
Allen on this drive, 5 for 5, not going to make it 5 for 6 there. How about Michael Hoyt with the sack?
Left foot. Oh, man, no.
Back on the 22.
Another great young defensive tackle inside guy for them. I mean, you saw Jonah Williams in a special play last week against the Texans, and here's Michael Hoyt, another guy who is just a relentless worker. Him and Jonah are on the practice field every week, an hour before practice starts, just working pass rush moves on each other. They're those guys that the locker room loves to watch play and practice because just the way they compete.
So Raheem Morris, I was going to say Michael Hoyt played every game last year, all 20 games.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Raheem Morris we just showed there, but defensive line coach Eric Henderson is calling defense in this half, and he's got to be thrilled seeing the handle out there from Hoyt. He's one of his big dogs up front, just showing that he's progressing as an actual.
Do you want a Naruto game? No. But it's just weird that they haven't done another one.
And it's a drive killer on 3rd and 12. First incompletion for Allen on this drive. He's now 5 for 6, and on comes Evan McPherson for what from here will be a 39-yard field goal.
Easy work for this kid. God, what a weapon he was in the postseason. Broke the rookie record for most 50-yard field goals.
He had 9 last year.
By Jigston.
9 from 50 or beyond. Stood next to him on the practice field on Wednesday.
Yeah, I really don't want a Naruto game, but why hasn't it happened?
Takes like a 15-year veteran.
Like,
Nails this one.
did Bandai, like, give up on Naruto? Or something?
Eagles have the lead. Rams defense makes a stand eventually.
We're getting a new One Piece console. Yes, One Piece Odyssey, which we've seen a good amount of stuff on the game.
Fighting the sourdough star only at Carl's Jr.
Yeah, we've seen enough stuff from the game to expect what to see, and it's just like a Tales of game. Well, no, not like a Tales of game. It's more like Persona.
This tiny payment thing is a giant pain. Hi, ladies. Alex from US Bank. Can she help? How about a comprehensive point-of-sale system that can track inventory, manage schedules, and customize orders? That's what US Bank Business Essentials is for. What about a new oven? Can US Bank help us there? We can serve loans in as fast as 12 minutes.
That would be a big help.
Huge. Jumbo. Ginormous.
Finding ways to make your business boom. That's what US Bank is for. We'll get there together.
You okay?
There's a flex load today, so I'm mentally preparing for the power outage.
Oh, well, we can help stop one because we're going to reduce our energy use from 4 to 9 p.m. What now?
Stepped on a plug.
Don't disrespect Tails with that trash.
Preventing outages, the power is ours.
This is the 2022 Nissan Pathfinder.
Wait, you talking about One Piece Odyssey? Bro. Because it's story driven, I mean more like it's turn-based.
With a range of dry bones and intelligent off-road technology.
Because for a couple minutes, Tales of used to be turn-based. But thankfully they completely switched it up with the newer Tales. Now, here's the biggest question, and the question that I have been talking to y'all about. Will One Piece Odyssey succeed? Is the biggest.
So we're back in Cincinnati here, Paycor Stadium now, what they call it. First year with that name, used to be Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River. It's a 6-0 deficit for the Rams. Thanks to Evan McPherson field goal.
Why are you right there?
And Andrew Siciliano. We have Kurt Sandoval down to the sideline as well. And as Evan McPherson gets set to kick to Duran Lowe, we also have Rams defensive coordinator Raheem Morris joining us. How are you, Raheem? Okay, well, wait a second. Now, good talk. It's a touchback. Let's bring in Rams defensive coordinator Raheem Morris. Coach Cam brought to you by SoFi. Bank, borrow, invest, all in one app. Hi, Raheem.
Am I back there?
And we're back.
I thought I was out there for a minute.
No, we're good.
Oh, great things happened last time you were on, so we're looking for some magic right here. Come on. I got a lot of faith right
now. Here's another thing.
What he's going to be able to accomplish, you know.
Here's another thing about this One Piece Odyssey game. Is that a lot of people are not giving this game a chance to succeed. And what I mean by that is, so many people on social media have literally said, oh, why is this game coming out? This game's gonna flop. This game sucks. Literally because it's a turn-based game. So that is one of the biggest reasons why I'm saying this game might just die before it releases. Because nobody like fucks with turn-based like that.
So you would have kept it, and you would have gone around left it.
Hey, you know, it's just, you know, Brooks has a bunch of athletic ability, and I like his action.
Well, you know, maybe try to give Jake Punk a little confidence there after the fumble on the last possession.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to complain about a 4-yard run. That's it. You get 4 yards, you're feeling pretty good about it. You'd rather got it on first down. But right here, we got a little get back on track situation here. Let's go. 3rd and 6. We got to get first down. We like to call this 3rd medium. You know, we got to work the sticks here. Try to get a couple of receivers across the sticks, and if we can't get that, we'll use our legs.
Yeah, that makes sense. Since turn-based games are almost always pretty good. And when we do get a good turn-based game.
You know, I might have gave us a little bad luck this week. Gave us the sack this time, guys. Yeah, it's a tough down right here.
And the ones that do succeed are the ones that, like, everybody loves. Like, Persona. Who doesn't love Persona? Like, Persona is one of the best turn-based games ever made. If we being honest.
And Kwame Lassiter, the second, stands on his 30. Dixon not great hang time last time. Let's see what he does here. Flag thrown behind Lassiter, who calls a fair tackle at the 32. Flag, though, on the far sideline on the 25. See anything, Raheem?
I did not in the flag. But you just gotta expect those things on special teams, especially here in the preseason. Could have been somebody getting held or something there right there held up.
Okay, so he's not gonna look at me when I need him to. Watch, he's gonna turn around and try to kill me now.
Raheem, you enjoying your start turn and want to stick around?
You know, I'll stay around for the defense because you got Thunder up. Yeah. And he's gonna, get us some excitement going right here in this game.
Stay there. We're going to break. Raheem Morris, Rams D coordinator. Coach Cam, when we return? 6-0, second quarter.
Time's running out to get a new Toyota during Toyota's national sales event.
Too late. I'm not too late. Now, save big with a low 2.9 APR on any RAV4 or RAV4 hybrid. Toyota, let's go places.
Here at City of Refuge, we house up to 26 families. We reduce homelessness, address mental health, provide spaces for addiction to be broken, create spaces of healing and restoration. For the first time ever,
One Piece underwear? Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Permanent funding for organizations like ours. Saying yes to Prop 27 means more people get the assistance that they need. They get someone to partner in such a way to see transformation come to them. Yes, on Prop 27, because there's no place like home.
Oh my god, of course you disappear right when I was about to get you.
Exclamation mark, question mark. That's 3. This is ridiculous, man. Come on! Yes. Hold on, I'm coming. You didn't tell me you were getting McDonald's.
There's an irresistible breakfast for every morning. Get 2 sausage McMuffin with egg for just $5. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Thanks to Chase, Angie's not sweating this stuff. There's 0 overdraft fees if she overdraws by $50 or less.
Okay, that's
well, he's keeping calm with another day.
I'm not even gonna take any chances.
More than $50. Overdraft assist from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
The sun is setting on Toyota's national sales event. Wait, they have until September 6th.
Now, you can lease a powerful new Camry for just $329 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
That's how you do it.
Delegating authority here in the
Just
preseason. Eric Henderson
throw-
here in the first half.
throw
First
shit
two
and
in the
run
second
away.
half. Calling the defense for Raheem Morris, who's still with us.
Bro, they made a
Coach
whole...
Cam brought to you by SoFi.
Yeah, that's another thing about Gundam Evolution. They're putting so much effort. They're making esports for it. Which, look, that's not a bad idea. But the bad idea with all of this is that you're doing all this without releasing the game. Like my boy Grinjow is done, I think. Like, why are they not releasing the game yet? But they're telling people, oh, we're gonna have an esport. What's the point in having an esport if the game ain't even out yet? You're doing the same things that made Overwatch. You're doing the same thing that made Overwatch die.
You know, we talked about it throughout the preseason, giving these coaches an opportunity to call in, just how invaluable
Now,
that is. I mean, just a
to
really
talk
good
about
experience for them.
One Piece games for a second.
What kind of feedback do you give them after they
Um,
like, you know, really, is it
The
the
problem
process?
here
What do you try to
is
give them after the game?
that
We're not game planning for these opponents, but we want to
One
get these
Piece
guys
games
execution and some of the
have
thought process
all
that I would go through and how I call it,
died
and some of the things that I would do for myself.
because
But I'm telling these guys, I said, they can get
people
better and
just,
better in how they wanna
I
look
don't
at it
know
and how they
why,
see it.
but
And these guys
the
do such a
people
great
who
job
hate
of coming
One
to
Piece the
feedback, coming
most
to me,
play
and
One
and
Piece
and
games.
Sean as well, you know, and how we see the game and how they see the game, and really put these guys in position to get the flow going with the in and out of the huddle. With these guys
Now,
in the
how that
substitution,
makes
being
sense,
locked
I
and
don't
loaded.
know.
And that's really what I've been impressed
Because
with Coach Eric.
every time somebody who hates One Piece plays a One Piece game, they hate the game. They hate the game without giving it a chance. And they just say, oh, this is not something that I like. And then that influences all their fans to be like, oh, you know what? They're right. This game trash. Like, unless a game is actually trash, why would you even do that?
pressures.
So
out there, he'll be quicker with the coverage. You know, he's protecting his guys and kind of calling the roll back stuff.
One Piece games die because it's just about One Piece games' nature. Like, you can't make a good One Piece game because everybody's gonna find a way to say it's trash.
Prior to Kobe Durant eventually got the tackle, so got the holding yardage back, and then a couple of yards out to the 25. 2nd and 7 now.
And you know, I have to talk about this. Afro Senju played One Piece Power Warriors 4. Said it was okay, but still said it was trash in the video.
I mean, awesome physicality right there again.
Bro.
You know, that's been one of his stresses. He's been here.
First off, the game was trash because they didn't continue to give that game love, which I don't know why the fuck they did that. But
made a tackle there, and it brings us to 3rd down. Bengals 1%.
It's like you're trying to sabotage One Piece games on purpose. I'm mainly talking to Bandai, because I'm just gonna tell you, if it was a Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja game, or just a game with Naruto in the front of it, that game would have survived. Like a Naruto Warriors game.
I'm a little excited right there.
One serious and one not. Alright, go ahead.
Hey, we're here. 2-minute warning. This has been fun. Thank you so much for doing this last week and this week. Good luck the rest of the way tonight.
Hey, thank you guys. I'll see you guys down the road.
All right. Rams defensive coordinator Raheem Morris. 1:53 remaining. Here, 2nd quarter.
Life gets bigger when you break from the herd. The Volkswagen Tiguan.
Why is the river in Destiny? Oh, okay. The reason why the river in Destiny was white is because that is Vex milk. You know those robots I was destroying? That was the milk from the robots. Take that as you will. Okay, I'm ready. Whose milk? The robot's milk that I was fighting. Interesting. Yes. Don't ask.
I mean, they good. But what am I doing directly? A 2-year-old? I told him, I said, hey, you're going to be my assistant.
I knew you were gonna bring up Afro Senju. Look, Lava. Afro has played a lot of the One Piece games. He's played a large amount of the One Piece games. Of course I have to talk about him. Because he's the #1 influencer. If he says something is trash or, something is this and something is that, all of his fans are going to agree and then trash on it.
To begin a sentence, begin with.
Like, even if I don't want to do that, he's a gatekeeper.
Comes first.
He dictates people's opinions.
The Volkswagen Taos. German engineering everyone can get into. Visit your Volkswagen dealer this Labor Day weekend to learn more about the 2022 Taos starting at $23,495.
They sent me pictures.
I'll post it in Discord. Alright.
NFL Plus is here.
So, Dark, here's the thing. What are these Gundam Evolution devs doing though? Like,
this is the NFL for every fan. This is football freedom. This is your game on the go, wherever you are. This is how you football. NFL Plus. Start your free trial today.
As you look from Kentucky over the Ohio River, across into Ohio and into Cincinnati, Great American Ballpark, and what used to be called Crown Stadium, pay-for stadium, where Sean McVay's team's down 6-0 here. A minute 53 remaining in the second quarter. See if this defense can get Bryce Perkins the ball back. Cincinnati 1 for 6 on third down. Jake Browning gets a first down. Trenton Irwin slips a tackle, and he gets it across midfield to keep this Cincinnati drive alive. Bengals have 1 timeout.
How would you feel if you were to check out your new school and, you know, that'd be cool, honestly.
Hendrick goes low and chops him down, but he's into Rams territory, across the 45-yard line. The clock winds to 120. It's a gain of 8.
All right, you have 2-minute offense right here. Here we go.
Okay. Oh, if it's a sketchy out. Alley with a yeah. Look, move with caution.
Again, it's Hines on the tackle for a gain of 8. Under a minute.
Yeah, move with caution. No, I would have to check all the corners. That's just a black thing.
He throws a really catchable ball, Andrew.
He's got some good touch. Another good one.
Oh! Trenton Irwin with his own second quarter highlight reel here. Again, Hart High School, Santa Clarita, and Stanford.
It's a tough game right here right now for the Rams secondary. Giving up some big play action passes. Haven't really played as sticky as you'd like them to see them in these situations. Hopefully here they can hold them right here to a field goal.
Gain of 14, Irwin, 6th catch of the night for 59 yards, and Jake Browning is dealing in this 2-minute.
They're making us hate them more and more. Yeah. And you know the worst part? I feel like they don't even realize what they're doing. Like, I really don't think they realize the issue that they're causing because of their dumbass actions.
To 32 when the Bengals call their third and final timeout.
Trying another double move over there on Gary and Kendrick. Trying to see if they can get him. Actually, I'm sorry, to Kobe Durant. They tried to Kobe Durant on the top side, double moving in, see if they could get him, and he played it much better that time.
Jake Browning, high school teammate of Rams defensive lineman Jonah Williams. From Folsom up near Sacramento, 2 years on the Vikings practice squad. Came here last year and hung around with the Bengals practice squad much of the year.
Another one of these areas that define football games, Andrew. I mean, you look at this game, even if they get a
field goal, end up in a dungeon, please do not. Have a look when you get the chance. Then I gotta eat dinner. Oh, no. Wow, eat your dinner, man. Eat your dinner.
To get the ball to start the third quarter, they won the toss and deferred. 2nd and 5. Browning pressure from Garrett over the middle.
Get out of there.
Inside the 10, Jonah Williams with the tackle.
Maybe that's just the black in me. But the black in me is saying, get out of there.
Gotta get lined up. Play clock's at 10. They're going to run a play. Fade. Corner. Irwin can't hang on. Twisting out of bounds with Durant on the coverage.
Yeah, did a better job with sticking with him in phase there. It's been interesting that they've gone after him, by the way. You know, we've raved about Durant's play all preseason, and you know, he's been so excellent making plays on the ball, but you want to see him hold up, and whether it's man or zone, not get shook off on some of these short routes.
Well, and it's preseason football, and sometimes in practice too, you get away with playing a little more aggressive than you really would in a game. And I think sometimes you'll see these young corners, just like young tackles, you may take a little more chances in these situations. And tonight, I think they're kind of trying to see if they can expose some of that.
Durant plays back. Irwin has a 3-inch height advantage now from the 7. They snap it at 6.
Just stay in one place.
Thaddeus Moss has it. He's shaking his head. That flag came from the end line.
Pass interference offense. It's going to be on him.
Pass interference. Offense number 81.
Like, dang
So they
it.
don't get Moss. OPI.
Thaddeus Moss is at the front of a lot of conversation this week, that's for sure.
The block that launched 1,000 takes.
Yeah, they need to go, bro. They need to go. I don't know what these Gundam Evolution dubs are doing. Like, it's not hard to give us a release date.
Yeah, and end up with just a field goal in this situation.
It's really not that hard. Just give us a set amount of numbers to work with. That's all we need.
35-yard field goal with 2 seconds remaining for Evan McPherson, who is money in the bank. And at the half, we have 3 Evan McPherson field goals, and they're setting off fireworks here at Paycor. The 9.
Did you see where that police
back to LA, back to
arrested that teacher in Alabama for watering his neighbor's yard?
Final game of the preseason.
The other neighbor called the police.
I'm bringing back my spicy chicken strips.
She didn't know
When I get the game, I'm going all
But then
in.
when she
Yes,
walked over
sir.
there, she says, no, he does that every day. And the police says, well, why'd you call? She said, because I didn't know who was doing it, and I didn't go outside.
Make his moveset and passive.
Here's to tell everyone that we just switched to Verizon's new Welcome Unlimited plan for just $30.
I already told everyone.
Wait, did you say Verizon
Also,
for just $30?
here's something else that I'm gonna do, Lava.
$30?
Is that I'm gonna personally add to your idea, and I'm going to make only three DLCs separate. That is just for like a Bleach Brave Soul. 3 Bleach Brave Soul characters, well, units. One of them has to be Ichigo. Another one has to be another fan favorite, and the last one can be like a wild card. But they all have to be fan favorites, of
That's just
course.
alert. He's always getting worked up about something. Flex alerts notify us of preventable power outages. That way we always know when to help stop one.
Okay, Flex, just drop the spell dummy again.
Okay, I will. I'll turn our thermostat to 78. I'll unplug the blender, the hair dryer.
My blankie?
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
No.
Save the laundry till the morning.
Oh, yes, please. Little things like this help save our power and help save us from outages. With Flex alerts, the power
Feel like
is
I got an
active.
idea
Hour
for
saver
a
rewards
milestone
double.
stream. Okay.
ABC 7 presents the LA Rams halftime show.
These prices at this
The
place.
Los Angeles Rams have a few offensive struggles in their final preseason game versus the Cincinnati Bengals, but the defense keeps it to a close game as some players are playing for their roster lives with 1 half to go in the preseason. Hi, everybody. I'm Ralph Fukuzaki. This is LA Rams halftime. Thank you so much for joining us, and I'm joined by Super Bowl champion Roland
How about
Williams
you
to
take
talk about
interesting
what we have seen
tests?
so far in this Rams-Bengals preseason game. Let's get right to the highlights. The Bengals start their second offensive possession nicely. Brandon Allen hooks up with the Stanley Morgan for a 32-yard pickup down to the Rams' 8-yard line. Coach Sean McVay being interviewed. The defense steps up, rolling. Kier Thomas, undrafted rookie out of Florida State, comes up with a sack.
Again, passive, but it's too good.
So impressive. He's been playing outstanding against the run, but this was so good to see him against the pass. Look at him. Get off the block, show the finish. That's how you make an NFL franchise. Great job, Kier.
That forces a field goal for a 3-0 lead. Next, Bengals possession to run low with a chance to impress the coaches before the final cut day, but he drops the pick 6.
Yes.
Just to please our tight end, Roland Williams, just before the end of the quarter. Bryce Perkins to Derek Pinckney, the second-year tight end out of Vanderbilt. The 257-pounder picks up 25 yards of the catch.
He's been working in the run game. So good to get him a pass every now
The
and
Rams
then.
in the red zone, but it ends when Jake Funk puts a pigskin. It's a turn. You got to hang on to it there, Roland.
Oh, my goodness gracious. And that's the way to lose a job. Hold on to that football, Mr. Funk. It stinks.
Yes, and Cincinnati gets out of the shadow of their own end zone as Brandon Allen hits Kendrick Pryor on the 9 route down the sideline for a 38-yard gain. But the Rams defense bends but does not break. Michael Hope picks up.
They were just letting me do it. How, that's crazy. I'm not sure I could do that.
He picks up his third
I could do that one of these
for a
days.
loss in this game, stopping the run for a 1-yard loss. Bengals settle for a third field goal to lead 9-0 at the half. All right, we're going to take a break. We have much more here on Rams halftime. Roland has his top offensive and defensive picks as we wait for the second half kickoff. LA Rams in Cincinnati versus the Bengals. We'll be right back.
I might make Dean right now. You know what? Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm torn between two super attacks.
While over 50 tribes oppose Prop 27. Please stand with California's Indian tribes. Vote no on 27.
The helpful Honda Odyssey has seen lots of smiles. And lots of miles. So when it's time for service, this Honda gets worked on at a certified Honda service center. Your Honda should too. Right now, you can get fast, affordable service from our Honda trained technicians. With free multi-point inspections and genuine Honda parts, we'll make sure your Honda performs at its best and maintains its resale value. Why not schedule your service appointment today?
Shop Mathis Brothers Labor Day deals and save up to $1,100. We have the biggest selection of bedroom furniture in stock for about half of what you'd pay elsewhere. Like this Ashley storage bed with an upholstered headboard and bench for just $737. With over $100 million of in-stock inventory,
so
you'll
dark.
find the furniture you need in stock now. Shop Labor Day
Gundam,
and save up to $1,100.
Gundam Evolution literally might flop because of these developers. Like that, we do have to talk about that. Because yo, their decisions by itself.
That's a calculator. Second, just use Chase My Home. You can apply there, calculate payments.
I think I'm getting an email.
Bill a calculator.
You're a calculator. You're crap.
What? I'm literally shooting it.
Plus, guaranteed
Hello?
on-time closing or get $5,000. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Yeah, not this time.
For more. From head coach Sean McVay and the team that brought you Super Bowl 56.
I told you.
Critics and fans agree, an experience you won't want to miss. Now playing only at SoFi Stadium.
California tribes overwhelmingly oppose Proposition 27. Only a few tribes support 27.
Oh yeah, that's in.
Oppose Prop 27.
Already talked a lot about Hunter x Hunter.
He
will soon.
This is the LA Rams halftime show on ABC 7.
And welcome back, everybody. We're on Fukuzaka with Super Bowl champion Roland Williams. 9-0 Bengals at the half. Roland, let's talk about your picks for the first half, starting with the offense. The Rams haven't put any points on the board, but one man has been consistently impressing you all preseason.
Yes, he has, and that quarterback is Mr. Bryce Perkins. I love his game. I love what he's done all preseason this year and last year. McVay talked about his escapability, his leadership, his production. He does it with his feet and with his brain. I'm so impressed with his game. I think he is someone that will go to the next level this season if his number is called. You see him there eluding a defensive end, showing his stiff arm, just being so intelligent, insightful. That's what you need in case Stafford goes down. Someone that can make plays with their feet and keep their offense moving forward.
Yeah, when Perkins is in the pocket, the defense has to respect his legs because he can bounce out. Now, what's your defensive pick for the first half of tonight's game?
You got to show love. The preseason's about great players, and this undrafted rookie, Mr. Kier Thomas, made plays with the run game all training camp. He's now shown he can transition to a game
That the early straw hats can beat the Hunter exam.
That's what you want to see. Eric Henderson, the defensive line,
Honestly,
see more of that out of him, and they're getting him. He's somebody that has a chance to
it's like, yeah, kind of. They could. Like for sure, I see Zoro finishing it. I see Luffy finishing it.
To focus, to lock in, to give your best. Make sure you focus on big three. It's assignment, it's technique.
Usopp, it's like a 50-50 with Usopp.
On the field for the last 30 minutes of this game.
Because honestly, I think he can finish it.
Possible interception, possible pick six. You know?
Man, go on.
Yeah. Well, that's our Rams halftime show for those of you watching ABC.
Are you serious? Like, shoot this way, bro. Oh, you want to shoot when I'm so annoyed.
Look ahead to the regular season. We're going to go over, of course, the calendar. 18-week season. Of course, 17 games now in the NFL schedule, so we'll go over that. We'll talk about the Super Bowl defending champs, what it's like to be the...
Oh, I got you, Lava. I got you.
Let's send it back to Andrew Siciliano, Nina Kimes, and Andrew Woodward for the second half kickoff. LA Rams hit Cincinnati Bengals right after half. For Roland Williams, I'm Rob Fukuzaki. Enjoy the second half, everybody.
Nami... I really don't see Nami completing it.
Don't let the insurance company push you around. Get a law firm that can push them around. The team at Jacoby Myers has gotten our clients up to 10
Sanji, I feel like Sanji and Zoro are gonna complete it just because literally it would make so much sense. Like, Sanji sees Zoro complete it, Zoro talks trash to Sanji, and then Sanji's like, you know what, screw it, I'll complete this.
We move toward a life where we feel fuller.
And also, if we're talking about running, then I also see Sanji and Usopp completing that. Because both of them, they run good.
This is the 2022 Nissan Pathfinder and Rogue.
I thought I had my shield. I should have just ran. Honestly, I don't think I would have survived either way.
The 2022 Nissan family of SUVs. Anything but the basic.
Get 1.9% financing for up to 72 months on 14 models. Like Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy.
Del Taco's 20 under 2 menu has great and delicious items like the $1.49 crispy chicken tacos with your choice of Chipotle.
Robin I see completing it. Frankie, you know, Frankie low-key can run. Like, I don't think a lot of, like, it doesn't really get shown, but Frankie can run.
Get fiber from Frontier.
When choosing a personal injury lawyer, it pays to hire a law firm with a reputation for integrity, trust, results, and 50 years of winning for their clients. We get our clients up to 10 times the original insurance offer. Choose Jacoby & Myers.
This broadcast is copyrighted by Network Productions for the private use of all audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of Internet Productions is prohibited.
All right, 30 minutes of football remaining in the 2022 preseason. Rams trail at the half, 9-0 here in Cincinnati. Let's go down to the fourth member of our crew, Kurt Sandoval, with the man calling the plays.
Okay, guys, we're here with offensive coordinator William Cohn. You know, in the entire preseason, Bryce Perkins has probably got as many reps as anyone. What do you want to see from him now in the second half?
You know, just continue to sustain drives, take care of the football, and really go out and make some plays. He showed he can make plays with his feet and extend drives with his legs and off schedule. Continue to play freely, take care of the football. The rest will take care of itself.
John Wolford going to protect that thumb and not play in the second half?
Yes, sir. Yeah, maybe everybody is emergency only.
So I know all the veterans are probably saying, hey, let's run, get out of here. But there's a big opportunity for a lot of these guys. Can you explain that?
Yeah, I guess second half we're going to hopefully get involved in the air a little bit more and try to get these guys some opportunities to make some plays and lean on a little bit of play action and get the thing going a little bit to try to give these guys a chance to make some plays in the air.
And we appreciate your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Liam Cohn, guys. Back to you guys upstairs.
All right, Kurt, thank you. Liam Cohen calling plays here for an offense that would love to get jump-started here early in the third quarter. Only 75 net yards for the Rams as Lover to go over his head. Bryce Perkins on the day, 4 for 8. Looking at the stats here, high for 45 yards. Mina Kimes. former Bengal, former Ram, Andrew Whitworth. Andrews is selling out of guys as you start the third quarter, knowing guys are still trying to impress. They're also still trying to win a game a little bit. What do you want to see?
I think you want to see the protection a little better on the edges. You're still looking for who's that lead guy in the offensive line. Is it going to be 8? Is it going to be 9 guys? And who can play a little bit of inside and outside? Some guard, some tackle for him.
With, of course, Logan Russ now gone for the year after the ACL and MCL injury. You hate to see that. Last week, the 3rd-round pick as we see Jake Punk get the first carry, a couple of yards over the left side. Amina, how about you?
Well, it's coming up with a really, I'd like to see a run for more than 5 or 6 yards. I don't know if that's asking too much. A lot of it is the blocking as well. He put too much on the backs. But I think, Bryce Perkins has not been in the most advantageous situations.
Do you think Marine rookies would be good if Odo would have incorporated them to the story? Marine rookies? At this point, the only way, anyone can, at this point, Marines are, the fodder of One Piece now.
He's going to be short, and there's a flag there where Perkins was brought down. John Hussey is our referee this evening. Your thoughts?
Holding. Offense number 46. That 10-yard penalty, Williams scores. From the end of the run. 2nd down.
Another tough one right there. You're out in space and you don't really know where the quarterback is behind you.
Jared Bateman called for the hold here, right
Here
there.
he is, just got the edge of the shoulder pad, and then the defender goes to pull away. I think that's a tough one. It's a tough one. The refs, there's in a bad angle, and
supernovas, but Marines? Okay, a supernova version of the Marines would be good. Look, at this point, the SSG should be the Yonko of the Marines. As much as I want to say, oh no, the Marine, no, the Marines need to train and be on the level of a Yonko at this point. It's not even a joke anymore. They have to, if they want to be relevant.
In the first half with our carry and left tackle Bobby Evans, the veteran, still in there at right tackle. 3rd and 6. Rams need to get to the plus 35 or their own 35. I beg your pardon. Perkins, ball is out.
Again?
14-yard line, and Bobby Evans comes back and falls on it. Zach Carter, the rookie D lineman out of Florida. And now Evans is wincing and holding that right leg as his teammates help him up. And he's limping to the sideline. Hate to see that, a loss of 17.
So you know your baby.
Looks like the left tackle got beat here. Let's see what happens.
But yes, that could, a Marine version of the Supernova can work. Because honestly, you can have them be the elite. Say a set amount of vice admirals. Or people who could become admirals, but instead they don't want to take the title, and they focus on tasks directly from the Goro set. For example, you could have.
I'm bringing back my spicy chicken strips. While I'm at it, my most popular
you could go, but the reservation is
to not get fired again.
There's spicy chicken strips in me. Mark Hamill back early anytime.
During Toyota's National Sales Event, we're looking forward to delivering new Toyotas so you can enjoy the last of summer. Or hitting the rapids with a RAV4 hybrid,
we're usually out of
in the tundra, or camping out in a hybrid.
But you know what?
You can save big on a rugged new Tacoma with low 2.9 APR for 60 months. And like every new Toyota, it comes with Toyota Care no-cost maintenance.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
You go by lots of titles.
And also, another thing, admirals need to get stronger. Even though they can beat supernova level characters quite easily.
What if a school could be there for all of you?
But we need like a set amount of Marines that can actually like take on a Yonko though, like actually.
National University.
Because right now, who do we got? Sengoku Garp. That's it. And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, but Garp can't take out a Yonko." Look, if we go, the story has always told us that Garp. It's always between Garp and Sengoku who are like the definitive Marines who can take on a Yonko. I mean, they both beat Shiki in their prime.
Look at them sitting there. Just sitting there. Can't believe we have a director for this. Spicy chicken strips starting at $5.49 are back at Jack in the Box.
7-Eleven, give us some spicy wings, about 4
See Rams offensive line Bobby Evans sitting on the bench there moments ago, talking to Rams head trainer Reggie Scott. Evans was the
had a
one
nice
who
flavor.
fell on this fumble after the strip sack here, and then was slow to get up and limped to the sideline with the Logan Bruss injury last week. He is done for the year. You hope Evans is okay, and he seemingly is.
Now, something else about the Marines.
It's a numbers game.
And actually, I do want to talk about a creative character that I made, which is my version of the SSG. But it's also like Bane in one piece, because I really wanted to make him. Now, Yamil, everybody in the chat, hear me out. So my version of the SSG is like tools that can make a Marine on the level of a Yonko. So in this case, because this idea was centered around Bane, I made this thing called Elbath Toxin, which is like blood of giants mixed with different types of steroids to make somebody literally as strong as a Yonko. That was the thing that was the goal. And every single one of these has a drawback on the actual user's body. Like for instance, this one with the Elbath Toxin, it takes away your lifespan every time you use it. SSG, am I missing something? Wait, did you watch the anime? Because the SSG is what the Marines are making that is supposed to take the place of the 7 Warlords. They created the SSG right after the 7 Warlords were disbanded.
Alaric Jackson, maybe a Bobby Evans, a guy like Tremaine Akram that you know can play inside, and has also, by the way, done a little bit of tackle as well this preseason and played.
So yeah, this is my version of the SSG. Now obviously Oda's is probably going to go in a completely different route.
And then obviously you've had
but I'm going to tell you this right now.
Really a guy now who's they're looking to could possibly be a starter this
the
year for the
SSG has to fill the power gap. Like the SSG has to fill the power gap.
Getting popped by a couple of Rams there, Grant Haley included, has it. And that's a completion on the 42-yard line to Ron Lowe there as well.
No, he needs to be, because his pants were too bad.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I can't believe they held on to that. Good Lord. Yeah, Lowe did a good job of anticipating that. Might have shut down the short sticks.
This is crazy.
Hopefully they're both okay. They both stay in there. It's a game of 5, but it's now 3rd and 3 for Jake Brown in opening possession. Very dangerous here. Third quarter, he gets away from Whitley and then throws downfield and in on.
Like, okay, well,
Whitley almost had a sack at 15 and a half career sacks at Holy Cross, trying to make this team as an undrafted free agent out of the Patriot League.
You'll see a little basketball move here, a little in and out.
And you have him a
gets the
belt.
tackle to stop his feet, and then is able to just swing the
I'm
hands
not
and have
meaning
a free
it to
lane.
sound bad,
What you're doing when you
like,
work the
okay.
inside half of that tackle, you're
What
giving him
else?
something to shorten the
We
curve,
need, Popeyes
shorten that arc,
biscuits or
and then he
something?
goes for it and freezes his feet. You got a shorter lane to turn the corner,
Does he like it?
and does a great job.
I'm still wondering how Oda is going to make
biscuits.
Foxy and Buggy relevant. Well, Foxy, here's the thing. You can make Foxy relevant by letting Whitebeard kill him and take his fruit. Imagine if not Whitebeard, Blackbeard. Because imagine this: Blackbeard is like looking for fruits, and then he sees, wait, slow fruit. Yo, this is gonna be good. Wait, it's on Foxy. Let's just kill him real quick, and he just does it.
Can we select 2022 Grand Cherokee L models for $365 a month?
You. Y-O.
You. 3 little letters to make a very small word that means so many things.
Because no you is ever one single thing. You.
Alright, if we being real about the Foxy arc,
You. Kind of makes you wonder how.
you see, it could have been better.
When you comes
Of course.
first.
Meet Acura's heroes of performance.
Actually, I should have infused it into this crate. I'm kind of dumb.
Only available at the Acura Summer of Performance.
Meet Leon the Third, Leon the Second, and Leon the First.
Interesting character, Saba Odiar.
Differently with Chase. Leon
A lot of people want, like, some of the fodder characters to join the Marines. Which I feel like that can work, but only certain characters. Foxy, I don't see joining the Marines. But they could make Foxy a revolutionary. Now, I know so many people forget about this character because, well, there's a reason why you forget about this character.
Adventure begins at your local
But a character by the name
with the most
of
rewarding SUV brand.
Captain
Shop
Kudo.
and buy online with Jeep eShop. And now
You
during
could
the Jeep
implement
Holiday
him
Sales Event, we'll qualify
into
for 20 less seats. Can we select 2022 Grand
Cypher
Cherokee
Pole.
L models for $365
Like,
a month?
Cypher Pole, you could put Kuro as a Cypher Pole unit. Because he technically already does stuff that the Cypher Pole uses. Like, even if he's not like a Devil Fruit user, you can still make him a Cypher Pole unit. Because at least he can, you know, learn their abilities.
How you doing down there?
Yes, cat
Nice
dude.
Midwestern summer night.
It's lovely. It feels a little like the South a little bit tonight. Oh, yeah. I love it. Les, on the first GM cam, tell us, in this game, obviously at this point, you've done a lot of evaluation. Is there really something tonight one of these guys does that actually...
But he could be easily implemented. Because you can either make him... He's a trash. Okay, look. He's not that trash. I mean, he's still trash, but he's not that trash.
And tonight we'll probably go... I'll jump on the plane.
I just feel like... Oh, you know what? You could put him in Impel Down. You could put him in Impel Down, right? And let like Crocodile. Let like Crocodile or someone who wants like a big someone strong as their like crewmate, or he could start up his own organization.
Definitely, man. We say it a lot. If we cut an offensive player, is Kevin O'Connell, is Wes Phillips going to be a sponsor for him? Same with if we cut a defensive player, is Ijiro and Denver going to be a sponsor?
Or you know what? Make him an assassin or a bounty hunter.
The crowd gets loud here on 3rd and 5. Let's see if Perkins can keep us alive so we can keep Les Snead.
Look, bounty hunters have been the thing in One Piece that have died because Oda wanted them to die.
George on his back, and Les, I think
So I think right now you could implement new bounty hunters. Like, imagine this, you know, a Yonko level bounty hunter.
Lance McCutcheon probably mossed him about 4 or 5 times that night. Well, Les, he is now over. McCutcheon is
like, bounty hunters have been neglected because Oda did that.
There gets around 8 yards. Les, how difficult is Lance McCutcheon making your decisions here as you try to figure out tight end and wide receiver?
Well, it seems like Lance is doing his part to make it easy because he's coming out and making plays, and some of the things he did in college is translating right here on the.
I don't get why though. Bounty hunters are good.
He's doing his part, and
well,
here's what I do know.
I don't know either. Like, you know what? You can make a new supernova. You can make a new supernova since currently in this time, the worst generation currently are doing their own things, you know, raising their bounties by themselves.
We probably could have used a couple more in that game.
So implement a new worst generation and implement some new bounty hunters.
We need receivers, and we're not.
I was hyped on seeing the type of people that would go pursuing the Straw Hats. Plus, and I'm being real, and I'm saying it again because it's the truth. Straw Hats have been scot-free, like, for the longest.
Really have a leg up in the whole entire situation, and that's really what makes him so valuable.
Okay, now what they could do, Captain Kuro could come back and make his own assassin organization. Like, he's supposed to be a smart guy, so why not implement something where he can make people do his bidding? Well, he chose. And what better way than assassins?
84, it's not just 82 on the field.
Assassins, bounty hunters.
Outside the offensive line, where you seem to exclusively be going at the Big Ten, a lot of small school guys have been moving, naming throughout this preseason. Montana State, South Carolina State, where we talked about you spotting Kobe Durant during that Clemson blowout, but noticing he did a really good job. Have you been gravitating more towards some of these smaller schools as of late, or is it just a coincidence?
Now, here's another thing.
Not necessarily us
I feel like
way, or it's probably a little
at
bit
this
more
point,
than a coincidence. What usually occurs with those players is through the process.
You could implement Shiki back into the story. I mean, because he's already, we know he's alive somewhere.
Those guys get to kind of raise their hand and say, "Remember me," and you get a second look, and here we are.
As we see
But
up on the sideline there,
what you can do with Shiki, like, there is a lot of wasted potential when it comes to that. Oh yeah, like, bounty hunters are the biggest thing that's wasted in One Piece, because there's so much you can do with that. And I know at this point in time, unless Oda makes some strong-ass bounty hunters, they really ain't doing anything to the Straw
He was
Hats.
somebody that was probably more into, let's call it college free agency for us, but he really he didn't go to
Like,
the
if
combine.
we being honest, at this
Just
point in
an
time.
unbelievable pro day. And that put him back on our radar to
Now,
let's get a second look. So through those processes,
Also, Oda, I know you don't, I mean, sometimes he likes to just do wacky devil fruits, but Oda, I'm gonna be real. Yo, we need some OP devil fruits. Like, literally. I mean, don't get me wrong, I know hockey, Oda has been trying to push the narrative that hockey is stronger than devil fruits, but at this point, we need some strong-ass devil fruits.
Covering punts for Montana State, so that definitely.
And I don't want it to be, like, over-the-top strong, but we need something like something that's on the level of the first time we saw Crocodile, because Crocodile was beating people's ass.
right when we draft for Daniel Hardy, you're not
And
necessarily
the
start. So
before we knew what his devil fruit was, he was just touching people and they were drying up. They were turning into skeletons.
Coaches sponsor him early, right, and have buy-in and want to develop him to be right someone covering kicks
And also, something else, in Sabo, the Sabo Ondi arc, to me, is like top 3 best arcs. You know what, it's either top 3 or top 5. But the reason I love Sabo Ondi arc, and I hold it to a high regard, is because the danger that was Kizaru and Kuma. Kuma alone, imagine if Kuma was a evil character. If Kuma was evil, he literally could have just killed the Straw Hats. And Luffy just seeing all his friends, like, he doesn't even know what happened to them. And all he's seeing is that, wait, they're going away. Are they just dying? And then seeing Luffy's crying and sad, just be like, yo, what's going on? I'm not destroying them. Like, like that. That's Oda. That's the Oda we need.
This is ridiculous, man. Come on. Yes.
When we shed artificial expectations and choose a simple path that's made with intention, not filler, we move toward a life where we feel fuller and free. Siggy's Gear, full of protein, less ingredients, less sugar. Less sets you free.
The sun is setting on Toyota's National Sales Event. Wait, they have until September 6th.
Now you can lease a powerful new Camry for just $329 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
Tough break for that young man, Trey Regis. Had been running well on that drive. 3 carries, 16 yards. Had a nice run for 8, but on the 10th play of a Rams drive that had them backed up where they started and crossed midfield, he fumbled. Hood recovered. Scales, who's having a nice night, forced that fumble. And it's 9-0 with Cincinnati taken over again. Chris Evans, who played a lot of the first half, is getting that carry. He's followed up by TJ Carter. No, big turn. Elijah Garcia, 69.
Yeah, I think Garcia, the only rookie defensive lineman this year. Nice job setting the edge. You know, Eric Henderson told me he really likes what he's got going on above the head. Talked about him going to Rice as well as his long arms. Just wants to work with him on some of his pass rushing techniques, and hopefully he'll get a chance to do that in the practice squad.
Elijah Garcia went viral back on the first Saturday of training camp when Aaron Donald was seen on NFL Network with his hand around his neck. What the heck was going on? And Aaron said he's a rookie. We're just messing around. This is a drill. Grant Haley, the tackle there, 35-yard line.
I imagine if Aaron Donald tells you to do a drill, you can do it however he says.
It's just, have you ever seen that drill before?
I have not seen that drill before.
Yeah.
But you know what? I commend the young man, because if Aaron Donald told me to do that, I'd probably do it too.
What would that drill help with?
Not sure.
I don't know, but you see those arms? I'm listening. You noticed Cooper Kupp earlier went sleeveless tonight as well. Probably a good way to show off the fresh haircut he's got.
Did you put him up to that? 3rd and 5 there.
I did not.
Knocked out of the line for that.
He, you know, he buzzed the beard, he cleaned it up, he looks all young and everything. So I think Cooper, you know, he wanted to go sleeveless, just draw a little attention to this nice little look he's got going with the trimmed up beard.
And this is our final preseason game. You're wearing the long sleeve dry fit. That's what Aaron used to be wearing, I believe, the long sleeve dry fit.
Yep.
Would you go sleeveless up here?
I would not. That might need a couple of years to work on that.
Ran towards a punt, so after the turnover, they're getting the ball back here with under 2:30 to go. Drew Chrisman punts it away. He's got some leg. Akers watches it bounce over his head inside the 5, and Hood chases it into the end zone.
Like, everyone knows that the best
Sun is setting on 6
yeah.
the preseason as well.
Like, don't get me wrong, I love how One Piece is, but yo, you gotta push these straw hats, bro. Like, somebody has to. And I mean,
I'm pleased to tell you that your baby's perfectly healthy, strong vitals, full of energy. But I think it would be good if you added squid to her diet. Got it.
Come see babies at the Aquarium of the Pacific. We are newest additions from otters to sharks, along with our 12,000 other sea creatures. And learn how protecting these little ones is the key to the planet's future. The Aquarium is the Pacific. We don't want to wake up the babies.
The Aquarium of the Pacific.
Buying a home? Then you've got a lot on your mind. Now, rising rates? It's a lot. But with Rocket, you have an advantage. You can lock your rate for 90 days while you search for a home. If rates rise, yours is safe. But if they fall within 3 years of buying, you can refinance to a new, lower rate with exclusive savings. We'll help you lock it and drop it so you stand by today. That's the Rocket Advantage. Lock your rate today. Call 8336-ROCKET or visit therocketadvantage.com.
From the mountains to the coast, it must stay with the flow. Somos la crema de la crema, con mucho sol todo el año. Cuidado que te quemas. Step by step, make it melt, pick it up, stretch it out. We'll bring you along. Sugar and gold. Vive en el estado dorado, live in the Golden State.
The Volkswagen Taos, German engineering everyone can get into.
like, don't get me wrong. I'm glad Luffy gets his wins from time to time.
Late third quarter here in Cincinnati, 9-0. Rams trail the Bengals. Time now for the player to bank on, sponsored by Unify Financial Credit Union. Roger Carter is an interesting player, 4-year starter at Georgia State, undrafted this year, but he's made a name for himself, and he is fighting, making a pretty good case, guys, for the third tight end spot behind Tyler Higbee and Bryson Hopkins, who you might notice isn't playing tonight. Read into that as you may after playing the first 2 games of this preseason. The question is, do the Rams keep a third tight end? And if so, is it Roger Carter? Perkins, the spin move, and he slides for a first down.
Said, you guys want to see a run game? All right, I'll run the ball. Yeah, Roger Carter is an interesting player. He's been fun to watch. He recovered the fumble last week and had a couple of nice blocks. Very different style of tight end from the ones we've mostly seen on the Rams roster, almost like a fullback. But Andrew, to your point, and really actually coming up for discussion with Les, we talk about fitting all these wide receivers on the roster. Tight end might be a position that they go with only 2.
The prune fruit?
And Hopkins right now is the 2.
The devil fruit sounds interesting.
Last week released on Tuesday.
Also, there's a lot you can do with that.
Midfield. All this guy does is catch passes and move the chains. That's his 4th catch of the night. It takes the Rams there midfield, and it's good for 18.
Kind of surprising. We haven't seen much of this tonight. A true downhill play action just to suck the linebackers up, throw it right there behind them in that window. Great hands. That's that hands catch by McCutcheon. You want to see big, strong hands, but a tough every little catch.
Right at the 50-yard line. Crowd gets loud here, makes some noise.
Oh, yeah, there's something else that I do want to talk about, and that is the YouTube and Twitch. At this point, are YouTube and Twitch, like, different? Because they seem to be treating black YouTubers and black streamers completely different. Like, yo, what YouTube? What's good with that?
That's going to be so important for him to make this roster, to show, hey, I'm not just a vertical guy. I can do everything else you need me to do in this offense.
227 yards receiving from Lance McCutcheon. And he's still, that is through 3 games, and still at a quarter left in the preseason. To the flat. to the guy we were talking about, Roger Carter, who slips a tackle and then slithers and tight ropes down the sideline. It's going to be close to another first down, about 2 yards shy of the 42. As the time
Like, I don't
down
know
here
what's up with
in
that.
the third quarter. So Carter, the player to bank on. Trying to put some money in set bank here with 1 quarter to go. Rams trail 9-0, end of 3. We have a fourth quarter comeback to steal a win here to end the preseason. Find out 15 more minutes of football.
California tribes overwhelmingly oppose Proposition 27. Only a few tribes support 27, while over 50 tribes oppose Prop 27. Please stand with California's Indian tribes. Vote no on 27.
Doesn't like the hometown charm of the county fair?
So charming.
Who says so?
Nothing.
Wow. That's...
Do you think that's healthy? Actually fun.
We have to wait a whole year, darn it. When it comes to comfort, we're thinking of every mile.
For some reason.
Hyundai Palisade.
Okay, Dart, give me a second to check. Give me a second. Because I'm gonna have to check it after this match.
Impossible. My application won't even go through.
First off, that's a calculator. Second, just use Chase My Home. You can apply there, calculate payments. Still a calculator.
You're a calculator. You're great.
Search homes and loans in one place. Plus, guaranteed on-time closing or get $5,000. Chase, make more of what's yours.
They stole my idea. That was my concept. Twitch respects black content creators. So that's facts. That's facts. Yo, so can someone tell me why in the world Twitch banned Gideon for spamming L ratio in someone's chat after they rated them? Like, you're getting rated. Of course they're going to spam something. But for some reason, a girl had sex on Twitch and she got a 7-day ban? You're telling me a dude who rated someone on Twitch and spammed L plus ratio was bad, and that deserved a permanent ban? But Twitch, what? Like, what's good with y'all? Like, I got banned for literally something so minuscule. But yet, you give a 7-day ban to someone who had sex on stream? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, that's Bryce Perkins on the field, which changes the numbers.
Like, try it. Tell them. I want to hear them justify their actions. Oh, Gideon was spamming something in someone's chat. Oh, he raided her. Of course. Also, hey, Bull. But yeah, he raided another streamer and had them say that in the chat. What's the problem with that? Streamers do that all the time. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I don't know if it was needed, but he tried.
He did.
But you're telling me Twitch is okay with that?
A little bit. He thought maybe he should keep it, and then he left it in there. I think he might have had a pretty good lane if he had kept the ball.
Like, Twitch, why?
I mean, it's not a push.
They're
Perkins was pushing the defender.
every single day. Every time I want to be like, oh yeah, I do want to stream on Twitch, and then something like this happens. Like, what's motivating me? Like, if we're being real, YouTube kind of better Like for streaming.
Obviously, they are your starters, 1A and 1B, whichever order you want to put them in here. And they have not played in the preseason. They didn't practice this week against the Bengals.
Like, oh gosh, this is just so annoying.
Said, yeah, they would probably be able to go. These were regular season games.
And not only is Twitch doing this, but we already seen what YouTube is doing to Corey Kenshin.
The only draft pick, I beg your pardon, from this year's class that we
Age
have
restricting a
seen
video that everybody else has.
We could see a good dose of the rookie from Notre Dame.
Even though they didn't even need to do that. Just crazy. Tell me, Larry, what's up?
I mean, week after week after week. And he does, I'm noticing there, he does the little things well, too, Andrew, that just a little gentle push there to get separation at the top. Yep. And then the ability to the body control to stay in bounds. I mean,
not a push off, just a love tap.
It's a little separation.
There's a little art to that.
Redirection.
Oh, I mean, Rob Gronkowski's one of the best at that. You watch how gentle he's able to kind of use his big body and frame to guys off of him, and you don't see that arm extend.
32 yards from McCutcheon. He has 76 on the night, and from the 6, Funk a cutback, and then turns back upfield and gets 3 yards to the 3.
And Andrew, what you were saying about the running backs room, Kyron Williams gets a lot of reps this week in this, practice.
How come Hot Dog
It
streams
looks good, and so
it
kind of looks like he's a young guy who's going to probably go from not playing any preseason
because
live action on Thursday Night Football.
YouTube is just, not YouTube. Twitch is full of simps.
especially when you imagine, you have to think they're going to bring him on third down.
Twitch is literally just full of degenerates who only care about looking at women. Like, if we're being real, Twitch is a porn site. Like, that's just what it is now. I mean, if somebody can have sex on stream and they only get a 7-day ban, if they can do that, then Twitch is gone. Like, no.
It's not just the speed, it's the balance that he shows. Time and time again, breaking tackles.
It's crazy how they could have gotten away with it if they didn't have that reflection. That's so true. Like, first off, what? Y'all just started doing this? Well, why'd you do it on stream? Yeah, like, you're just idiots. You're idiots for doing it on stream, and you're also idiots for not realizing there was a freaking mirror. There was a whole window right there.
Don Wolford is not playing tonight, is the Rams' backup quarterback, which means either they keep Bryce Perkins as their third quarterback, or try to stash him on a practice squad. Earlier we talked with General Manager Les Snead about all the Rams coaches around the NFL. I mean, do you think the Rams have any concerns about their ability to hold on to him as this touchdown's reviewed?
Yeah, we're getting this touchdown reviewed, but I would definitely think so. I mean, no, it looks like no, it's good.
Confirmed it. Here comes the extra point. Let's see the sideline.
Man didn't want to stop. Yeah, well, how horny was that dude? Wait. And I hope they're happy. I hope that they're happy then. Bro. You know what? I bet they are happy because they got away with it. That's just what I don't understand, bro.
There's never been a better time to get away. With a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. With America's best warranties and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway.
He knew what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing. Since she's ugly, I thought Twitch would give her a longer ban. You know what? That's true. But apparently, no. There is a tier 3 that allowed her to do that.
Back in stock now at Mathis Brothers.
This is crazy, bro. Like, what is this timeline for, like, streaming? Because honestly, this makes people not want to stream on their platform. If they're just gonna allow this to keep happening.
In stock now. Shop Labor Day deals back in stock now and save big at your furniture leader, Mathis Brothers.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want. And the capability you need
to do the job, so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2022 Silverado 1500.
Twitch probably also. Yeah, there's probably one of them. There's probably one in there. For sure. Because this is just wild. They even. Pokemon could. Yes! Pokemon has said
3 little letters to make a very small word.
how many times? And they're not just gonna do anything? Like, this is crazy, bro. There's gotta be racist. There's gotta be racist on Twitch and YouTube. They're tier 3 subs? That's crazy. Bro. Put like a couple people with common sense in there. Yeah, put a couple people with common sense in there. Bro, it's over.
Scoring Drive now brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers, proud partners of the LA Rams.
Yes.
80-yard drive.
And you know what's worse? These people on Twitch, like, if y'all have ever been to a TwitchCon, which I haven't, but I've seen videos on TwitchCon, that it looks like the most boring thing ever. Because all of them are just Twitch simps. They're all just simps.
Hey, thanks, guys. Veteran Allen Robinson, 4 years in Jacksonville.
Bro, you can't even say simp on Twitch.
What the transition has been like with Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay. Man, it's been fun. You know, again, being able to work with those
like, you
guys
can't.
since the spring, you know,
It's just so bad.
You know, I mean, learning other offense, obviously, but, you know, conceptually, you know, route running wise, and they've been able to teach me a lot. They said you're asking all
YouTube,
the right
oh yeah,
questions.
YouTube is full of racists. Easily. Oh my god, don't even get me started with the Discord mods. Bro, have y'all ever been in one of those? Have y'all ever been in one of those things? I had a friend who wanted to join this girl's Discord because he thought she was cool, and those. Right when he got in, one of the Discord mods banned him because they thought he was trying to hit at her. And he said, bro, I actually just like her content. Like, it's really not like that. And they're like, no, you're one of them. We have to protect her from people like you. And it's like, what? Just get a whip. It's crazy. It's really crazy. And the worst part of all of this, Pookie ain't even that hot. Like, if we're being honest. I mean, don't get me wrong, she's good looking, but she's not like to simp for. Like, literally. Am I wrong? Am I wrong about that?
You hear a lot of great things about Allen Robinson. I mean, you think about this guy walks in with his own resume that he's accomplished in the league into a Super Bowl team. How do you fit? It's an awkward situation. You know, you want to find a way to get your respect, and nothing but great things everybody says about the way this guy works and goes about his business and proving who he is.
There's Thomas off the
name is average. Exactly. It's not something to go crazy for. Like, and who was that other girl? Ant.
They pulled it out practice a little bit early. They said the heat got to him a little bit. It was also fun to see the Rams in the red zone take a couple of shots. The Cooper Cup in the corners of the end zone. The first one seemed not the same play, but similar spots as that game-winning touchdown back at SoFi.
I think the red zone is where Allen Robinson is going to do so much of his damage.
It's complete for Williams. Hummel was chasing Browning, and he got it away, and that's a first down near the 27.
Yeah, as efficient as the Rams offense was last year,
Ow.
Andrew.
And
Red zone efficiency and get a big body
you ain't wrong. Just don't let them hear you say that.
No, I want them to hear me say it. Look, they already banned me for literally freaking music. If this Pokey made played like copyrighted music, she wouldn't get banned. They would probably endorse it. Amaranth? Is that her?
That's why I got flashbacks to last offseason. It's that get off, that burst off the line of scrimmage. He's so fast coming around the edge. I think, we talk about that fourth edge rusher position.
No, you don't.
Hasn't gotten a lot to play.
Bro.
Hasn't gotten a chance to play this preseason, but
You know what? Show me somebody who played copyrighted music on Twitch.
You see why they're excited about it.
Someone who can just get away with it.
Chris Garrett has that speed. Couldn't play last week. Bothered by his groin out there today, trying to stay the pace with touchdowns coming on Tuesday. Anthony Hines was the one who almost had the interception after Garrett had the pressure on first down. Hines there makes a tackle after a gain of 8. 3rd and 2.
Bro, have y'all seen it?
Yes. Yeah. It's like they don't even say words. They just sit there. They just sit there and be around her. It's like, well, why are y'all just doing this for one girl who's never going to give you a chance ever in your pathetic life, bro?
Seems to be secure.
It's interesting to mention the inside off-by linebackers because watching the Bengals, they've had success on this drive and prior ones. It does seem like they've had a lot of success targeting the coverage.
Big hit by Kendrick.
Kendrick lays the boot.
Funny?
No, it's not even. It's like
an upgraded version of cringe awkward.
Hey, Star, how are you? How are the kids?
They're going to keep the offense on the field, and now there's a late flag.
I can't touch it.
Too many men in the huddle. What do you think?
I think they gave him the first down of that. He didn't forward progress on that hit, even though it was a big hit, knocked him backwards. I think they gave him.
Did they give him the first down? My apologies. I thought he dropped him.
Yeah, I think he hit him at the line, and they actually counted where the contact started.
Okay, thank you. So, there.
It looked like a Bengals coach, maybe. Yep. There you go.
Kids have escaped prison. This is crazy.
But yeah, YouTube and Twitch seem to be downgrading, like completely. Remember, okay, does anyone remember in it was around like 2012. Bro, on YouTube you could say whatever, and on Twitch they actually cared about their job, which was crazy. Like, those were the days where you could actually say a lot.
I miss that.
And now on the run, oh goodness. Hope those kids get the safety.
Also, defensive lineman who plays college football here in Cincinnati, I'm sure he would love to play in front of some friends and family, but he has not played the entire preseason, so read into that as you may. His roster spot seems secure as well, so really it is at edge and potentially at safety with these young guys like East and Isom.
But yeah, y'all remember when, bro, there weren't any, like, I mean, there were incels, but, like, they weren't as frequent as now.
Check stream reactions.
You seem to have to convert that sack right there. That's one of those, the quarterback doesn't need to do that. You hold on the ball and back up in the pocket in the NFL, it usually leads to really bad things.
Deontay Smith having a rough night there at left tackle.
Bro. Okay, that's Amaranth.
Bradley's done a great job staying really poised.
He was like that in college too. He's really tough.
Yeah.
Takes hits. wouldn't think of his size, but he's actually pretty strong as well. And you see them with the spread, shaking tackles.
Now with the third down. And the Rams get him off the field. The answer is no.
Wait, that's her? Bro, she doesn't even... Well, I mean, she's decent. Okay, these Twitch girls, honestly, they don't deserve so many things. Like, if we being honest, no. But you know what's crazy? They can definitely get away with whatever.
5 interceptions, once had 4 in a game, tying an NFL single-game record for the Rams at the end of his career.
Yes, it's just not the same start. She looks mid. Bro, they all look mid. I'm back. Welcome back, welcome. We are talking about Twitch and YouTube. Now, here's the biggest question though. Which platform is better? Twitch or YouTube?
One of his more underrated attributes.
That's a nice play right there.
It's a scramble for 12. To the 3. See if the Rams defense can get off the field now. Browning. Touchdown.
Look at this videos.
Okay. Great job again by
yeah. Look, if you're a man and you're streaming, that's bad. But if you're a man and you're black, good luck. Dang. Yeah, if you're a black streamer, yeah, then there's even more problems. That you sound like Nowhere Eternity. I don't even know who that is. But that is the first time I've ever heard that. But with YouTube, it's just random favoritism. I mean, honestly, not only favoritism, but just, you cannot be a black content creator.
Against what looks to be a tired Rams defense. 4:34 to go. 16-7.
What's the difference between Prop 26 and Prop 27? 26, not one dime to get people off the streets and into housing. 27 generates hundreds of millions to help solve homelessness. The choice is clear. Yes on Prop 27.
Like, and here's the thing, Twitch would be better if there were just some actual human beings.
Find new moments, find new roads. Enjoy the open road and make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2022 Silverado HD pickups. Plus, get 2.89% financing when you finance with GM Financial. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
California is in its 3rd year of severe drought. Our days are getting hotter and drier, leaving us with less water. That's why now, more than ever, we all need to do our part to save water. Like watering less outside. Cutting back even just one day a week can save you up to 20% more water. And fixing leaks inside and outside your home. Because every drop of water...
Yes, I will dig into Grimjow's.
At SaveOurWater.com. Save water, save California.
Which taco was awarded the best fast food taco in America by Thrillist? Yes, I did. The best fast food taco is the Del Taco. At 30% bigger and 2 times cheesier than Taco Bell's Crunchy Taco. It's no wonder the Del Taco was named the best fast food taco.
Meet Acura's heroes of performance.
Click on a random video. Okay. Now, here's a question for all of you. Would any of you work at Twitch if you could?
The choice is clear. Yes on 27.
No.
Okay, here we go. 4:34 remaining in the preseason. Rams trail 16-7 after a Bengals touchdown drive. That went 13 plays, went 75 yards in 7 minutes off the preseason clock. This one drive is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Proud partners of the Rams. 19 of 24, 173, a touchdown. If you're in the passer rating, 110 for Jake Browning tonight. When I joke, if you're in the passer rating, I just have never, guys, ever been sitting in a bar and anyone ever said, hey, man, if my quarterback could only get his passer rating up to like 90, maybe I'd feel better about my season. It's just it's not my favorite. All right, Bryce Perkins, 10 for 10. We'll see him tonight.
I mean, he didn't
Amazing dinner night.
Twitch HQ must smell god awful. Bro, it's gonna smell like everything wrong with the country. It's gonna smell like coronavirus. I don't know how, but it's gonna smell like that. I don't even know what that smells like, but yeah, it's gonna smell like corona. I don't know what they got in there, and I don't want to find out.
Right. It'll smell awful.
It's gonna smell like...
Ah, man. It really smell like that. And you know the worst part? All there's gonna be there is white people. Like, if we're being real, it's really just gonna be white people there.
For the same reason we play scratches from the California lottery. Because a little play. Make your day.
And you know, as time progresses, Twitch is really just gonna get worse. Blizzard and Twitch employees must get along. Oh, indubitably. Check Insta DMs. Alright, let me do that real quick. What is this PS Plus? What free game was that? I saw Ursula.
All right, I said 10 for 10 for Perkins here. That's 10 for 10 in the second half. Let's see if he can run a comeback here after the Rams defense, which has given up over 300.
Bro, that's so... You know, that's honestly crazy. What's my favorite color? It is between red, like a crimson red, and I'm really starting to like the color green. It's red, green, and yeah, just between those two. And the green that I'm talking about is like a jade type of green.
66 is out there for the very first time in the National Football League, his second summer with the Rams.
Big push backside right here. This B-block. Look at him just getting extra push. Moves that guy from all the way on the left.
My mom is watching a Street Preacher, yes.
Italian national team played for the
my mom's on her phone. That is why it's... Oh, some homes.
The international pathway program, the players come through that from other countries.
Okay, yeah, might be good for fashion. I'm gonna need to put some of these up because I don't see myself with the Eternal Warrior, like just wearing it and using it. My favorite color is olive green. Interesting.
Also, Dark, what were those free games?
It's really not a lie, by the way. Because an average guy has to get themselves a job.
One more thing on Percher. If you guys remember the game in the
But
preseason a
it's
year
crazy
ago,
that
when the Rams special teams room got hit
girl
with
doesn't
COVID,
even have to send a
and you
picture
weren't
of it
sure
herself.
who was going to handle the kicking duties.
She could just send a picture of like a cat.
At SoFi, trying to see if he might be able to punt. In the end,
And they could sell it for like $100. And someone out there would buy it.
Did you
Why?
see
For no
oh,
reason.
you know what? He played soccer.
Yeah.
That would all make sense.
European kid played soccer.
That would be probably a record though for size.
There's no doubt about that.
This is kind of cool here.
That is crazy, you know. That is so crazy.
It's one of those things where you've never played offensive line or offensive position because you think about what you do. Your eyes are always never at the ball. So you get the back to the ball all the time. You're trying to learn how to use your body in space. A lot of different things, body control and everything
It's
else.
so sad.
On this run, getting good push and holding that B gap open for the runner.
It's really so sad.
This
is really what.
2 years. Here he is on an NFL.
This is what we have to deal with.
American football. Just what a sweetheart he is. You can see how fired up the sideline is. They're all very engaged over there to watch him play.
The pride of the Italian national team and the Swarco Raiders. Perkins pulls it back and
Look at him.
slips on the turf.
I mean, you think those guys aren't engaged right there? This is what football is all about, folks. Passion, family, being together. Another good block by Max. Sealing the edge. The defender jumps underneath. He pins him inside. Left plenty of space if we stay up. But this is what football, the O-line room, that unit, that bond, what makes it special, seeing how engaged those guys are and wanting Max Percher to have his night.
Pretty cool moment here as we get to the 2-minute warning. Rams down 9 with 2 more minutes remaining in the fourth quarter in the preseason.
It's 100% untrue. And I'd fight back. That's cap. That's cap. What? There's no way, bro.
Life gets bigger when you break from the herd. The Volkswagen Tiguan. Visit Volkswagen dealer this Labor Day weekend to learn more about the 2022 Tiguan.
Like, you want to hear what's the weirdest thing I've found? You know what? Hit me with it. What is the weirdest thing? Well, currently. You know, Dark, it's crazy that, like, for example, me, I'm constantly working, and yet any random girl with an OnlyFans can make more than me. That's just, that hurts. It really does hurt.
Yes.
And at this point, according to Twitch, you don't even need to be good looking.
When we shed artificial expectations and choose a simple path, we feel free. Siggy's Skier, full of protein, less ingredients, less sugar.
Alright.
Less sets you free.
People of
Get Eyewitness News everywhere.
devolved, I see.
ABC7 app.
The Volkswagen Taos. German engineering everyone can get into.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the server's here. No, not this side, this side. We live in a world where dudes buy. Yeah, also, where are these guys with money coming from? Like, yo, why are you spending a band on a picture? It's a picture. Why are you spending more than a band? Like, why are you spending a band? Like, what's good?
We have 2 more minutes of football left in the preseason. That is Max Percher. You see the Italian flag on his helmet here for the Italian national team and the international pathway program that the NFL uses to try to spread this game across the globe. And he is finally in his second preseason with the Rams, getting time here at left tackle. 16-7, 3rd and 4. See if the Rams can get first down and keep this thing alive with Jacob Harris in motion, and Vegas, nope, 2 yards shy, 4th down. What'd you see?
Another good play by Max. I mean, I give him a little better movement over there. He'd like to see some of these turn into a little more games. Just got to get a little push
Every
inside.
day
Max
I
doing a great
go
job.
through life,
I mean,
and
you really
I'm
think
realizing
how hard this is and to come in this game,
maybe
I can imagine how long
Omni-Man
this is. Such a cool moment. Look at this. I mean, finishing on the guy that's complaining. You know what? Listen, you're doing your job as an O-lineman and a D-offensive lineman, because that's what these guys love to do. They whine, they beg for calls. Just get off the block and try to make a tackle. We don't want to hear all that.
Let's run behind him on 4th down. Why not? Need the 49.
And they did.
And they do, and they get it. First down. Bernhard Seikovitz, by the way, Cardinals tight end. Also, by way of Austria, as Percher played in Austria. Got into the game last week for the Cardinals on Sunday night against the Ravens. Had a couple of catches, including one in the red zone. McVay's not going to call timeout then.
Football is real popular in Europe, and I think we'll see that when the NFL plays in Germany this year for the first time. You know, going back to NFL Europe, those fans are still there, and we're going to be super excited to see the whole thing.
That's a Bucs-Seahawks game in November. So the Rams are going to run the clock down, not exactly trying to take a shot downfield and use timeouts and onside kick and get the ball back. Not that kind of game. So guys, 16-7. What do you think of the preseason as Sean McVay takes the headset off? Feeling good about 4 days from now?
I am. I mean, I think that you had to go to a practice to probably know how good you feel, because they don't play in the preseason. But, you know, it's good to see some of the younger guys who are going to be those teams players possible fill in later in the season. Some of the names they brought up, they showed up. We heard about McCutcheon failure to play the game. We knew what Bryce Perkins was. We wanted to see the growth we saw. I think there's multiple guys you can say that about.
As McVay jogs to midfield to shake hands and have a laugh with Zach Taylor. Rams they fall to 1-2 in the preseason. If you wanted to call this a Super Bowl 56 rematch, as I did in our open, you do so with tongue firmly planted in cheek. It was not in any way that. We did see some really good work on the practice field Wednesday and for some of Thursday, and now we turn the page to the 8th, and Matthew Stafford and Josh Allen.
You know, it's all about these individual performances you're evaluating. And I'll remind people, this time last year, we were watching the preseason and asking, can this guy make the team? How is this rookie playing? Flash forward to the postseason, and you are seeing players who did not play a lot of the regular season.
Yes, Fantasy Star comes out in a couple days. At least they didn't lie.
Suddenly contribute
Revolution.
It's football, and players get injured, and chances are a lot of the young players you've seen play well in this preseason, whether it's a Darian Kendrick who's made the boom at the end there, or Jacoby Durant who's defended passes really well and gotten around the football, or Sure Thomas even.
Sometimes I feel like a complete weirdo
acting after the quarterback.
There's people exist that I feel. It's definitely an interesting feeling.
These guys are going to play. You need your entire roster here. And whether it's Russ Yeaves or Terrell Burgess, who I'm sure
I just hate that this is the world we live in.
And final
you know?
Preseason game, or for that matter, in the preseason at all.
Like, I just really hate that this is the world we really live in. LeBron is a Laker. Multiverse put LeBron in a fighting game.
Some teams, and it used to be that everyone played the final preseason game on the same day,
What else?
Thursday. The games this week
Goku is in Fortnite. Naruto's in Fortnite. Like, what are we doing here? Like, I knew they were gonna mess up, but this is just out of it. This is just crazy at this point.
Where do you think the toughest call is?
Absolutely not. I just feel empty after.
Wide receiver is a place that I think is going to be a bit challenging just to keep Jacob Harris, who's so good on special teams, and Lance McCutcheon, who's been the breakout star of the preseason. You're going to have to keep 8 wide receivers because Well, 6 are on going to make this
We
football
need to
team and
bring
have not
all
been
the
playing.
same
So,
people to
if
another
they do
planet.
that, Andrew,
Facts.
that makes the math elsewhere difficult. You're going to have to make cuts at positions like potentially tight end, we've talked about, perhaps on defense. Are any of those positions jump out to you as a place where those tough cuts might take place?
You know, yeah, I think I agree with you. And then I think it also goes to another spot is that quarterback room. If we're talking about how do we fit these young corners that we like, and a Jacoby Durant and Darian Kendrick, or maybe that extra safety that's kind of on the fence, and then
Bro, we really need to go to another planet, bro. Like,
to play
I don't want to stay here.
And now he's out for the year.
Like
There's a
mentally,
lot of
not
positions where they're going
physically.
to have to start squeezing and saying, all right, this is
See,
definitely a necessity.
me, physically,
you know,
I want to keep
Bryce
going.
Perkins done enough to say this could be the guy, or maybe with John Wolford.
But maybe
I think he's had a really impressive preseason. I don't know how you could really say that you didn't see growth, you didn't see him fix some of the things that he wasn't as good at in the past. And, you know, he's made some electrifying plays, which is important for that position.
John Wolford could not make a closing statement tonight. He had that right thumb taped up after hitting it and
Gene is almost done.
Wednesday in practice. Sorry for that image here, but Perkins played well, not well enough to lead this team to victory. But he's only on one side of the ball here. Rams trail 16-7, lose.
Now, you know the worst part? We're never going to go back to how things used to be, and everything is going to be exactly how it is. Comedians can't do their jobs anymore, because if they say a joke and one person gets offended, they can't just. Oh yeah, another thing. They might just get attacked while they're telling a joke.
First off, that's a calculator. Second, just use Chase My Home. You can apply there, calculate payments.
I think I'm getting in now.
Fill the calculator.
You're a calculator. You're crazy.
Search homes and loans in one place. Plus, guaranteed on-time closing or get $5,000.
The world's gonna be destroyed soon anyway. Yeah. It's also gonna be destroyed not only because people are incompetent, but yo, we are really, like, it's crazy how dumb people are.
Rugged new Tacoma with low 2.9 APR for 60 months. And like every new Toyota, it comes with Toyota Care no-cost maintenance.
Dave took it with the G though. Hey, props to Dave, because he at least tried.
Look at them sitting there. Just sitting there. Can't believe I already worked for this. Spicy chicken strips starting at $5.49.
Hold on, I need to get some food. Like, I am hungry. I'll be right back.
The LA Rams 2022 preseason is presented by
Like, it doesn't take the Bible to see that. Facts. Facts. Anybody, like, common sense. People lack that. And now people are just turning into simps. Because of these girls. Like, men are turning into incels. If aliens invaded, I'd help them. Facts. Bro, turn me into an alien. I am 1,000% okay with that. Like, it's over. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves.
Christmas in August, I guess. Wow, I don't know how that guy survived. I mean, it is hot and humid here in Cincinnati. Regardless, that is Andrew Whitworth, Mina Kimes. I'm Andrew Siciliano. Let's continue the quarterback conversation, guys, that we had there before the break and continued off the air during the commercial. John Wolford has been this team's backup for a couple of years now. We started a preseason, a postseason game in Seattle. Granted, couldn't finish. Jared Goff came off the bench, and they won that game over the Seahawks before losing in Green Bay. But he is somewhat of a proven commodity, but hasn't actually had a lot of time on the field. And for the second consecutive preseason, a young man from Virginia named Bryce Perkins has put on a show. Last year, that show was so good that Les Snead and Sean McVay decided we have to keep Perkins in the building. We're not going to let him go. We're not going to let another team claim him. We'll do something we haven't done. We'll keep a third quarterback. This year, the question is, has Perkins played enough to not only stay, but to be the number 2 quarterback?
You know, I think it's a tough conversation. I mean, obviously, John Wolford's been here a while. He's shown in practice and in different opportunities in the preseason before himself that he's a good quarterback and somebody you can trust. I think it really gets down to what are the other positions that are going to cause them to be tight on those numbers. And I think there's a lot of young players they love. You heard Les say that. There's a lot of young guys that they really feel good about. And so that's going to make the decision that much more challenging.
Yeah, and it really highlights, I think, how difficult it is to make these player versus player kind of competitions in the preseason, because John Wolford played one half of football. He did it against the Houston starters for the most part. He was under siege.
5 sacks in the first half.
5 sacks. So we can look at Bryce Perkins and his highlights and his incredible play, and he was marvelous. But obviously, he played a lower level of competition, so the circumstances are a bit different, which makes it difficult to compare them.
Let's actually, we could watch him. We could also hear from him. Let's go down to the sideline. Kurt Sandoval has Bryce Perkins right now. Kurt?
Okay, thanks, guys. I jokingly said I should be the president of the Bryce Perkins fan club. When you scored that touchdown, describe it, because the veterans went crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you know, really just trying to get competing there. I mean, we were so close on so many drives, and you know, it's frustrating, you know, when those drives don't end up points. So, you know, just have that mentality. I think everybody on that drive had that mentality that, hey, man, you know, we're gonna put points up on the board. You know, things have been going our way, but you know, it doesn't matter. Let's get it out of our mind. Just keep going, keep rolling, and you know, it was good to put one in there.
That's the obvious in the final game of the preseason. That is exactly the same in the regular season. You got to take care of the football. You guys had a couple of turnovers, including that one in the red zone. That had to be tough to watch.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you know, those things happen too, and you know, especially in these moments, you know, preseason games where guys are fighting for their job. You know, when those things happen, man, you know, those guys are just beat up. So, really, man, just every drive kind of keep going, man. Just everybody got to take a deep breath. You know, keep encouraging one another, because at the end of the day, you know, we're all we got. You know, the 11 that's out there on offense, you know, has to pick each other up when those things happen. We're just part of the game, and I think we did a good job of just keep battling, and you know, just came up short.
So last question is, last year they obviously kept 3 quarterbacks. I would expect them to do the same thing. How are you feeling between now and next week?
I mean, just you know, I guess it's waited out. I mean, everything that can be done is done, and what's next, you know, whatever happens, you know, I'm ready for it.
Okay.
I definitely think I got better this year. So now it's just keep growing and showing up and just don't come to work.
Appreciate it, man. You're looking great.
Look, I say that a lot. I know I say you know a lot.
All right, Kurt, Bryce, thank you. Brother Paul Perkins, former UCLA running back, second straight preseason.
What am I gonna make? I currently have some hot dogs, so I'm gonna eat that and be right back.
Well, not be right back. I'm right here. I'm just gonna be eating. Oh, you were talking about the dude on the TV. Yes, he does say that a lot. It was some black dude.
Seems relatively minor, but it's his thumb, not mine. And you know, if Matthew Stafford can't play, what do you want to do with your offense? If it's a week, if it's a month.
Well, I think that's really where the decision comes. Do you think John Wolford, and I think that's what they'll say at the end of the day, do we think John Wolford can operate the offense as we operate it when Matthew Stafford's playing? Then that gives him a leg up. If we feel like we're going to have to change the offense, then why wouldn't we go with the guy Bryce Perkins, who we know is
Afterwards, yes, I'll do that.
Like I said earlier in the telecast, you can play 11-11, and you can say, hey, the quarterback's involved. Now the quarterback can keep the ball. He can run. He can pass. He can do everything to where the defense has got to honor him at all times, much like you're going to see the 49ers do with Trey Lance, that the Ravens are going to do with Lamar Jackson. You're going to have a lot of ways you're going to have to defend him, and I think that if you're going to have to make a change and you don't think Wolford can operate Matthew Stafford's version of the Rams offense, then he may be your guy.
Part of me thinks Sean McVay would relish that challenge, especially seeing, as you mentioned, what he's a competitive guy, but especially seeing what some of those offenses around the league are doing with the quarterback run game and what it does in terms of giving them optionality and the numbers you talk about. You know, Wolford is kind of almost like, I wouldn't say in between Stafford and Perkins, because I would say he's probably a little bit more similar to Perkins and would be running more of that Rams offense we saw before Matthew Stafford joined this football team, that under center play action, getting him on the move a lot. But, you know, I think that creativity would be really intriguing, and I also think that skill set is so intriguing. Perkins talked about, you know, how he feels he's improved in the preseason. We've seen that. We talk a lot about, you know, what he does with his legs and how unique of a player he is in that regard. But Andrew, going from last year to this year, game to game to game to game, we have seen him progress as a passer as well. Yep. And I think that's really important to this coaching staff as they make this decision.
And maybe one of his best balls tonight down the sideline, put some air underneath it, and this guy standing by with Kurt had a little bit of a love tap on the DB, came back for the ball, made sure his feet were in bounds, and hauled it in for 32 yards to set up a touchdown. Lance McCutcheon is standing by with Kurt Sandoval. Kurt?
Okay, thank you guys. We're here with Lance McCutcheon. Well, you really put on a show in the preseason. You led the preseason in the NFL in reception yards. How would you describe this preseason, including tonight?
I mean, it's been a great learning experience, you know. Coming straight out of college this last year, come here now to be able to, you know, compete, even it's preseason, you know, compete in an NFL environment. And, you know, that's meant the world to me, and I've learned a lot of knowledge from the guys we have in this room and on this team, and, you know, just looking forward to, you know, gaining more.
Lance, General Manager Les Snead said you did what you were supposed to do. You put the film on tape. How difficult will it be for you between now and when they have to make the cuts next week?
I mean, I just gotta wait, you know, sit around, wait for the call. I don't know how they do the process, you know, just wait and just still get in the playbook and really, you know, really dial in the special teams. If I want to, you know, make this active roster and end up contributing to this team like I want to, you know, it's going to happen on special teams. And tonight was kind of, you know, my last chance to really show that. You know, I obviously, you know, did pretty well in the first 2 games, but, you know, never satisfied with that. But I really was not happy with my first 2 special team performances. And so, you know, I had to come out here, last chance to, you know, really show these coaches that I belong on teams.
Well, we say this with all sincerity, nothing but the best of you. You certainly showed you can play, Lance. Have a great night, flight home. I know it's going to be a long night. Guys, back to you. Lance McCutcheon, who was certainly
that was
great shining stars in the preseason.
Disney Sims?
Thank you, Kurt. Thank you, Lance.
Man, who is going to play that?
Yards, led the NFL in receiving yards, as Kurt said.
Unbelievable.
I think Les Snead said it the best when I asked the Rams GM, is he making this difficult? He said, actually, he's making it easy. Real quick, we're going to go down to Sean McVay at the podium, but you think McCutcheon did enough?
Yeah, I do. If he's not on this team, he's going to be on another team, which is why he's going to be on this team, Andrew.
That's a great point.
There's no doubt about it. And then hearing him say, I need to come out and prove I can play special teams better.
Okay, before I go into my next match,
that's the only thing they
go into Discord.
He gets it, and
scroll down.
He got it on the field as well. 10 catches
and I see discussions.
Sean McVay, let's go into the tunnel now. Downstairs, McVay on the podium.
All right, so we got Grimjow.
Okay, guys. You know, first of all, really just proud of this group.
Which one of you is the strongest? Not you, just as I thought.
We've got a lot of tough decisions down the line, really over the next couple days, but very grateful. It's great to see a lot of guys come out here and do some good things. It was good learning.
You can follow it up
this week against an excellent
another
super
team. Attack.
Really.
Ciro runs a condensed beam of spiritual pressure
You guys will wonder about, you know, the situation that occurred, like we had talked about. Well, we've handled that in-house. I do trust that
one bar
if something like that occurs again, in terms of, you know, if there is a fight or whatever,
Don't
that
disappoint
those
me,
situations that played out won't be a factor, because I have such trust in our players, and they understand, and Aaron understands that was
so
something
it's
that
blocked.
was fortunate nobody
Well,
got
it's
injured,
a counter.
and that for that I'm very grateful. So.
It's a counter that starts with, if no attack is blocked, dash towards the opponent instead. Send them flying with a kick to the head. Dash forward and follow up with a barrage of punches before uppercutting them. And then the final kick, kicking them to the ground. Okay. Spiritual pressure, charge, of course. Evasive, Sonido. Move at high speeds.
He's going to be, you know, a part of this game.
Sonido can basically be like instant transmission.
We felt like that was the right decision, but you always kind of go back and forth. But that was just kind of what
instant transmission makes sense. Don't worry, this will be
point blank.
I think that he's
Dash towards the opponent, kick them in the guts, send them flying, teleport to them. Okay, this ultimate actually reminds me of that super attack by... I don't know why, but this ultimate reminds me of a super attack that was Goku Black's, where you shoot a blast first, and then if you press another input, you can teleport behind them with a key sword. I don't know why this is reminding me of that. And then his second ultimate, which it makes sense.
He is a fun guy to watch,
Look,
but
in
a because it's not anything that's like
in a Xenoverse type game, Grand Race Zero is gonna be on my character because it's just so sick. Okay, passive ability. I'll prove once and for all which one of us is stronger. Refuses to have anyone look down on him and will settle things in an even fight to the death. Gain an increase in attack and speed based on how close the opponent's HP is to groove out. I actually like that a lot. And then let's see. His Resurrection. Grand Banter.
Earning a spot on practice squad, you would have to help here, obviously, or have to hope.
Oh, it heals 25% of the HP. Yeah, I like that. Wild Roar. Oh, that would be cool. So it starts with a shockwave, and then the second input, you could jump towards the opponent and punch them away. Yeah, I like that. Gara de la Panta.
There is an opportunity for a fourth or fifth
Point
edge
your
rusher
elbow
on
at
this
the
roster that
opponent
is the
and
position
fire
we're
off
gonna go
5
with. They're relatively
projectiles.
thin at, and it is a position where a performance like that tonight, Keir Thomas could see some time in the regular season.
Yeah, I think you're going to see him in some of those rundowns. You saw him start the game with a big physical presence, knocking the left tackle in the backfield.
Oh wait, let me check the chat real quick.
You know, you heard Les say that's what they want to see him do, and then, oh, by the way, I checked another box for us.
Yeah, it's basically Wild Hunt. I like that.
And you see to hear the GM say that's
God
one
of
thing
Destruction's
we wanted
roar,
to
but
see.
actually
Good.
Yeah, imagine if that was...
the passing game.
Imagine if that was an actual thing.
As Les said, to see that he may be the guy they need.
Rookie out of Florida State, Les Snead now, and Sean McVay have some decisions to make. By Tuesday, the roster has to be down to 53. I want to say, great decision made.
Also, Star apparently Disney Sims is just Sims but with Disney characters, and apparently I don't know why it's coming to PlayStation. Those eyes, I hate those eyes so damn much.
And you can catch this guy on Thursday Night Football TNF.
Okay, so this kick,
starting week number 2.
the fury of attacks and the spin kick. The spin kick reminds me of that one Super Saiyan 2 Gohan ability where it's like he charges first and then releases a big windmill kick.
Thank the Rams PR staff, Artist Twyman, Kadir Morgan,
and then
everyone else there, Chase
Resurrection.
Isaacs as well. Thank you for all of
Man,
you.
that ultimate's gonna be sick.
And to all of you, our fans who
my God, I want a Bleach game to come out, bro.
March towards 12 days from now, the Rams opener.
Yes, Evil Whirlwind, was that the? I know it was something Whirlwind.
15-7 for Andrew Whitworth, for Mina Kimes. My name is Andrew Siciliano. Thank you so much for watching all 3 of these games throughout August, and thanks to our great crew again, including everyone that I don't have time to thank by name. We will see you at SoFi Stadium on September 8th. So long from Cincinnati.
Yeah, I like that. Man, I'm using Grand Race Zero so much in PvP.
Who all think differently with Chase. Leon's saving up for his first son.
Alright, what does this look like?
Nice try. This Leon's paying for his paint job on the spot. And this
I don't like that.
As a Chase private client, he's in the south of France taking out cash with no ATM fees. That's because this family of Leons has Chase.
Actually, it's Leon.
Ooh la la. One thing for now, for later, for life. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Go play Soul Resurrection, bro. It's not on PS4, bro. The only Bleach game we have is freaking. Dang, the only
many games do you have? He's by himself.
Make your day.
Man, that's so sad.
ABC7 presents the LA Rams postgame.
Rams quarterback Bryce Perkins avoids a sack and with great footwork scrambles into the end zone for a Rams touchdown. It's the biggest Rams offensive highlight of the night in this final preseason game against the Cincinnati Bengals. Welcome everybody to the LA Rams postgame show live from our ABC7 broadcast center. I'm Rob Fukuzaki, and joining me, always a pleasure to have Super Bowl champion Roland Williams as we wrap up the preseason, look ahead to the regular season. Kurt Sandoval has your Rams interviews from Cincinnati. The greatest thing about the last preseason game, it's the last preseason game.
Man, this is why we need Mugen. Like, I'm telling you this right now, there is someone out there who made Mugen on PlayStation. Like, with a jailbroken PlayStation, of course. Man, a jailbroken PS5, though? Now, hold on. I might actually buy one of these days.
With the final dress rehearsal, last chance for some on that bubble.
Any changes to Grunge out?
Brandon Allen hooks up with the Stanley Morgan 32-yard pickup down to the Rams 8-yard line.
It's crazy how My Hero has 4 console games. You know what? You're right. They have 4 console games. Bleach doesn't have a single one. And Black Clover had one and never another one. Like, you're telling me My Hero gets 4 console games, but Fire Force doesn't get anything? Bro, a Fire Force fighting game would be sick. I've made Shinra, Sho, Benimaru. Actually, I'd probably play Flaming Ink.
Doing a great job at the point of attack. Good to see him get a ball.
The Rams in the red zone, but it ends when Jay Funk puts Pigskin on the turf inside the Bengals 5-yard line rolling. You have to protect.
Actually, I might just main Arthur if we're being real. Arthur kind of the homie.
High and tight. Don't give up that ball. That can cost you a roster spot.
And Cincinnati gets out of their own shadow of the end zone as Brandon Allen hits Kendrick Pryor on the 9-yard route down the sideline at 38-yard.
Man, My Hero really got 4 console games. Bleach doesn't have a new console game. Look, at this point, Bleach better get a new console game. Joe, no, back away. Be a cat somewhere else. Joseph. Okay, you just gonna sit there?
Bryce Perkins drops back to pass. Bengals with a strip sack. Bobby Evans jumps on it for a 17-yard loss, forcing the Rams to punt. Next Rams possession. Bryce Perkins with his best series of the game, going 6 for 6, 33 yards. He also rushed for 5 yards on the drive. But rolling another Rams turnover ends the drive. Not good timing since GM Les Snead was being interviewed during the broadcast.
You don't want to make mistakes there, but it does not take away anything from the great job that Bryce Perkins was doing. It was outstanding. He's done everything he can do to show he deserves a roster spot.
Bryce Perkins, the last McCutcheon, continues to be a great combination. They hook up for the 4th time of the game. 19-yard pick
and 3 jump force reps. It's crazy. And Black Clover got nothing, bro. That's what.
Down the sideline, underthrown, but McCutcheon makes a great adjustment for a 32-yard pickup to the
I actually kind of like the black.
Perkins with a little magic with his legs for the score, cutting the lead down to 9-7.
This shows you the kind of competitor that he is. It's been consistent all through preseason, this year, last year. Competition brings out the best in Bryce Perkins. Outstanding job by him making a way to the end zone.
The Bengals looking to put the game away. Jake Browning finds Justin Reed for the Bengals' first touchdown and a 16-7 lead. The Rams just looking to get out of Cincinnati. They run out the clock, handing the ball off, not calling any timeouts. The Bengals win it 16-7. The Rams end the preseason at 1-2.
And you know what's crazy, Dark? Not only 4 reps, 3 DLC. 3 DLC characters. Whole DLC, but Asta's by himself.
You know, this is an unfortunate part about the NFL. NFL. There's only so many guys that make the roster, and so at the end of the night, you lay it on the line, you give the best you can do, you work hard, and you just, you know, see what the numbers bear out, and just do your best. But just know there's not just one team.
Kind of about that time.
There's 31 other franchises.
Let me just check real quick.
So just go out, put the best one you can put out there, and then see what happens.
All right, let's talk about.
Because I'm pretty sure I've been streaming
in our opinion. Bryce Perkins, another solid outing. 14 of 19, 143 yards. He also had 8 rushes for 33 yards and a spectacular touchdown run. Roland.
He's somebody that's been known for his feet. But what I was impressed with this preseason
thank you to the person who subscribed. I don't know who you are because YouTube is a trash site and they don't tell me who subscribed to my channel, but thank you. I appreciate it. So this will be
the end of the stream. I will be having a Q&A. Should I have the Q&A next week? Yeah, should I have the Q&A like literally next week? Like on a Thursday or something? Or Friday? Like I know a lot of you are gonna probably be busy because school is starting up again. So
to this preseason, if I am the team, if I'm the front office, I want Bryce Perkins as my backup quarterback.
All right, do it with me.
Don't forget to read the chapters. Yes.
Now let's talk about the running game. Trey Rankus, 11 carries, 52 yards. Jay Funk, 12 rushes for 32 yards. Of course, he had the fumble. Both running backs put the ball in the turf for 2 costly fumbles. How much in the eyes of the coaches does that, you know, in a sense, make them think twice?
Those are deal breakers whenever you fumble the ball. It's unfortunate because both of those running backs have ran so hard this preseason and in training camp.
What day should I do it?
You're a veteran like Jake Funk, you just can't do that. That is a death sentence for a running back. But
because I want to make sure that I do it at a time that's good for everybody. And since y'all are starting school again, how about like a Saturday, like today?
You know, first of all,
Is next Saturday good for everyone? Because everyone shouldn't be like busy, and there's no school unless you're at some type of weird part of school. I'll do the Q&A on Saturday.
And I guess I'll just stream the game that I've always streamed for one of these events.
The situation that occurred, like we had talked about, we've handled that in-house. I do trust that if something like that occurs again, in terms of, you know, if there is a fight or whatever, that those situations that played out won't be a factor because I have such trust in our players and they understand and Aaron understands that was something that we were fortunate nobody got injured and for that I'm very grateful.
And of course, Roland, we know that the Rams don't play any of the starters in preseason, so you're ready for the regular season. But when it comes down to preparation for defending your Super Bowl title and preparing for that regular season, you know what you have during practice.
It does look
but how much do you really know what's in front of you before you kick it off against the Buffalo Bills on September 8th?
You know, when you have veterans like we have, we're world champions. That means something. So guys know what it takes to prepare for the game. I think when you think about Aaron Donald, all the guys on both sides of the ball, they'll have no problem preparing. The Rams are ready to go, and they've been doing an outstanding job in practice.
All right, we're going to get you ready for the season. So much to talk about. We're going to take our first time out still ahead. We'll head
Look forward to game, yes, sir.
Post-game reaction plus Roland Williams will break down today's offensive performance against the Bengals, and we'll also discuss how they did on the defensive side of the ball tonight, coming up on the Rams post-game show.
A new season of Live with Kelly and Ryan is here.
So, gonna be streaming on Tuesday. You know, my usual 2-day break. I swear, if stuff starts happening on Saturday and Sunday again, I mean not Saturday, on Sunday and Monday, like if we just get a bunch of reveals, I'm gonna be pissed off. Cause why can't it happen when I'm streaming? It's like it always happens whenever I'm not streaming. But okay, I digress. Thank you all. I hope you all have a good rest of your day or night, whatever time zone you're at. I will be coming back again Tuesday.
And if there's any news, which fucking no in the world is probably gonna happen, I will cover it and we'll talk about it some more. So I will see you all Tuesday. See ya. Goodbye.
So it's time for service.
Bye.
This gets worked on at a certified Honda service center.